Oh, I was muted this whole time. Whoops. Welcome to the show, guys. Hope you guys are all doing fantastic. Garden and Naughty, thank you guys for the heads up here. Can you guys hear me now? I think we're good now. Sorry about that, guys. 10:15 left to play in the first half here. Porter Jr. knocks down the three, count the bucket and the foul, and Porter Jr. is going to go to the free throw line. They're going to call a foul on Duncan Robinson on the left wing here. So the Brooklyn Nets, obviously not having the ideal season to start their season. They're really struggling, one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference, but they do have an absolute stud in Michael Porter Jr. The last time these two teams faced off against each other, I believe Porter Jr. was out of the game. So good to see Porter Jr. on the floor for the Brooklyn Nets. Porter Jr. gets the first basket of the game for the Brooklyn Nets with the 4-point play here. Sasser on the right wing gets it off to Tobias Harris working against Clowney. Tobias looking to find Jenkins at the top of the key here, working against Claxton. 10 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Jenkins thought about a three, dishes it off to Sasser. He tries a three, and he buries it. Marcus Sasser getting on the board to give the Pistons the lead 5-4. 9:49 left to play here in the first quarter. Claxton at the top of the key here, looking to set something up in transition. Finds Clowney. Clowney goes all the way to the hole. Blocked by Jalen Duren. Duren is going to get called for it. Are they going to call a foul on that? I think it's going to be the good Lord Almighty. Duren blocked the shot, but when he got the block, his foot was out of bounds. It's going to be Nets basketball underneath here. What's going on? J-Moke, what's going on? Super Morty, how we doing, guys? Welcome to the show. Like and subscribe if you guys are new here. Pistons 5, Brooklyn Nets 4. Marcus Sasser getting the start, J-Moke. Love to see it, man. 9:37 left to play in the first quarter. No Asar Thompson and no Cade Cunningham in this basketball game. Porter Jr. thought about a three, takes a long two. That is good. Porter Jr. with all of his first 7 points. Now they do upgrade it to a three-point shot, so it's 7-5. Porter Jr. averaging 24 points a game for the Brooklyn Nets this season, having himself a fine season. Tobias nearly throws it away, gets it back from Sasser. Tobias goes to the paint on the left block here, stolen away by Porter Jr. Porter Jr. going inside of the rim here, finds Mann in transition. Mann trying to back down Duncan Robinson. Mann goes to his right, puts up a shot. It's in and out. He does draw the foul, though, on Duncan Robinson, and Mann is going to go to the free throw line. What's going on? Hal, how you doing? Welcome to the show. I was walking around Brooklyn last night in my teal Grant Hill Pistons jersey while I was walking by 3 NYPD officers. They looked at me with smiles on their faces. It's awesome, Super Morty, man. Appreciate you stopping in, dude. So Duncan Robinson picks up 2 quick fouls already to start this basketball game. It's an 8-5 lead here, and Mann knocks down the first free throw. 9:06 left to play in the first quarter. This is a back-to-back Saturday and Sunday slate for the Detroit Pistons. They're home right now to face the Brooklyn Nets. Mann misses the second free throw, and they play the Miami Heat on the road tomorrow night in Miami. I'll be breaking down the play-by-play action for that as well, guys, tomorrow night. Duncan Robinson gets it from Jenkins, working against Traore at the top of the key here. Ball is deflected, kick ball off the Nets. It's going to stay here with the Pistons. I think just kind of a precautionary measure for Cade Cunningham. I think they said his quadriceps was giving him problems, so they're going to sit him out this game. He should be back tomorrow. Unfortunately, with Asar Thompson, there isn't really a timetable for him to return. He suffered an ankle injury a couple nights ago against the San Antonio Spurs, so we're going to have to look out on that. Duren goes all the way to the paint, puts up a nice floater inside here, and knocks it down. Nets 8, Pistons 7. Traore in transition here to run the fast break for the Brooklyn Nets at the top of the key, working against Sasser, switches off to Jalen Duren down below here. Traore kicks it back out to Porter Jr. He tries a long three on the right wing. That is off the mark. It's boarded by Jalen Duren. Duren has it, working against Claxton on the right wing here. Duren goes to his left. He's going to get fouled by Claxton. It's going to stay here on the floor for Pistons basketball. He might be out until the playoffs, or at least close to. Yeah, that would suck. That would mean basically he's out for the next month and a half or so, because you're not talking about playoffs until middle of April. So, yeah, hopefully it's nothing serious. He was able to walk it off, though, in the San Antonio Spurs game, so we'll see what the seriousness of that is. Duncan Robinson finds Tobias Harris down below here against Clowney. Tobias has it. Turnaround shot for Tobias is off the mark here, but Jenkins follows it and puts it back up and in. Nice board putback layup for Jenkins. 7:57 left to play in the first quarter. Pistons 9, Brooklyn Nets 8. Porter Jr. goes all the way to the rim. Shot is off the mark, though. Claxton gets the rebounds. Poked away by Marcus Sasser. Sasser in transition here goes all the way to the paint. Floater is good. Tough shot from Marcus Sasser. It falls. Pistons lead 11-8. Traore at the top of the key here goes inside to the right hand. It's blocked by Jalen Duren. Tobias Harris gets it back in transition, looking to find something to Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson kicks it off to Jenkins against Clowney. Step back three for Jenkins, and he hits it. Tough shot for Jenkins from the left corner. Now they're going to mark it a long two, so it's a 13-8 basketball game. And the Pistons go on an 8-0 run here as we head for the first commercial break as the Brooklyn Nets take a timeout. Great start for the Pistons so far here. Again, you're dealing with basically no Asar Thompson, no Cade Cunningham. You're going to get a lot of minutes from Marcus Sasser tonight. Probably going to get some minutes from off the bench from guys like Paul Reed, perhaps. You know, you're going to probably see maybe even Bobby Clinton get some action tonight against the Brooklyn Nets. So we got a commercial break coming up here. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the chat here, guys. Welcome to the stream. Pistons 13, Brooklyn Nets 8 on a Saturday night in the Motor City. Yeah, Red Velvet should get some minutes as well. But yeah, you saw the panic in JB Bickerstaff when Asar Thompson exited that game early, and he was playing a lot of different guys in that San Antonio game. It's crazy because the Spurs had a back-to-back last night. They played us Thursday, then they had a game yesterday. They were down 20 at the half to the Clippers, and they came all the way back and won that game last night. So basically, it's Victor Wembanyama running that show. So we're going to see come playoff time if, who steps up to the plate is the bench, and are they going to get it done here for the Pistons? Again, we lack three-point shooting at times with some floor spacing issues because we don't really have a true second ideal ball handler aside from Cade Cunningham to go out and get you 18, 19 points a game. But we might tackle that this offseason. We might go after it, maybe possibly in the draft we can find somebody. So, again, this is kind of a test it year for the Pistons. There's not really like a win-now mode mentality, I feel like. I think next year and the year after that, you could potentially set yourselves up for multiple deep runs in the postseason. It's going to be interesting now because the Boston Celtics do get back Jason Tatum. He returned for his season debut last night against the Mavericks, and it looks like he was pretty well. So you're going to have the Cavs, the Celtics, us, possibly the New York Knicks come playoff time. We'll see what happens there. Yeah, I'm not sure why LeVert gets so many minutes either. That's a great question. I think JB Bickerstaff is kind of like the Karis LeVert's more of a veteran type role player on this team, but when he played against the Spurs the other day, he was not good at all. So he's got to have to start knocking down some shots, and ideally you're looking for hopefully 8 to 9 points a game off the bench from LeVert, but he just hasn't really hit that threshold ever since we picked him up in free agency. So we'll see what happens there. Pistons 13, Brooklyn Nets 8. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. Welcome to the show, folks. The Pistons were a heavy favorite in this basketball game despite not having Cade or Asar. I think they were a 12.5-point favorite, so something to kind of monitor. Yeah, Detroit's going to get a women team in 2029. That's pretty cool for the WNBA. Shout out. Are they going to call it the Shock again, or are they going to name it somebody else? We'll see. We got Mann with the basketball here, back from commercial break on the left wing here, finds Traore on the right wing, working one-on-one against Sasser, kicks it back out to Mann, finds Claxton on the right wing, dishes it off to Clowney. Clowney working inside here, tough shot, count the bucket and the foul for Clowney. Underneath here against Tobias Harris, and Clowney's going to go to the free throw line trying to complete the three-point play. He'd always have a soft spot for Karis, but he needs to play less. Last game was a disaster for him, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Was Karis LeVert on the Cavaliers? That might be a good point as well. They have that kind of chemistry from when they were both in the Cleveland organization. But, I mean, yeah, if we could get the version of Karis LeVert when he was with the Brooklyn Nets, 5-6 years ago, that would be phenomenal. But he just hasn't really been that type of player ever since then. Nets make the three-point play here, so shout out to Clowney for driving to the hole there. Jenkins has it, kicks it off to Tobias Harris down below here. Tobias working inside here. They're going to call a jump ball on the Nets against Tobias Harris. It's going to be a stoppage in play here. Tobias is going to go one-on-one and try and win this jump ball right in front of the rim here. Pistons 13, Brooklyn Nets 11. By the way, guys, like I said, we're going to be having a March Madness fun bracket challenge if you guys, watch basketball, obviously being, Pistons fans or opposing teams that stop in here. If you guys want to join, I'll send the details out like probably a couple days before the first game starts in March Madness. So it'll be free to play, and we'll see if Whoever wins may or may not get a prize, so we'll see. 6:35 left to play in the first quarter here. Tobias misses the shot underneath here. Michael Porter Jr. comes up with it, kicks it across here to Traore against Sasser. Traore puts up a right-handed floater on the baseline. It's off the mark. It's boarded by Tobias Harris. Jenkins has it on the left wing, finds Tobias Harris at the top of the key. Offside to Duncan Robinson working against Traore. Duncan switches off to Clowney, finds Jenkins on the left wing. Duren sets the screen. Jenkins rolls off it, looking to go to his right. Bad pass, stolen away here by the Nets. It was poked out of bounds. It somehow ends up in the stands, and it's going to be Pistons basketball last touch by the Brooklyn Nets. What's going on, Super Banks? How you doing? 6:05 left to play in the first quarter. Pistons 13, Brooklyn Nets 11 on a Saturday night in the Motor City. The Pistons have the Miami Heat on a back-to-back tomorrow in Miami as well. Tobias underneath here, he gets fouled by Clowney. And Tobias Harris is going to go to the free throw line. No Asar Thompson, no Cade Cunningham tonight in this basketball game, so the bench is going to have to step up, especially the guards, to see if they can rise to the occasion here. And again, it's all about, making some shots down the stretch in the clutch time situations and trying to get the bench's feet underneath them here. Brooklyn Nets steal it away from the inbound pass. Claxton goes all the way to the rim, puts up a shot, and we have a tie basketball game. Nice drive from Claxton going coast to coast. Jenkins has it, finds Jalen Duren at the top of the key here. Duren looking to set something up, finds Duncan Robinson at the top of the key. Duncan puts up a three at the top of the key, and he drains it. Nothing but net for Duncan Robinson over Claxton. It's a 16-13 basketball game. That is Duncan Robinson's first basket of the game. Traore finds Claxton underneath here, trying to get it down low to Porter Jr. They're going to call a foul away from the basketball. It's going to be Nets basketball out of bounds. I believe, is that on Duncan Robinson? That's his third personal foul, if it is so, in the first quarter. So, something to kind of monitor here. But again, when you got Duncan Robinson having 3 fouls, it's not really ideal. You might, like I said, I would like to see Chaz Lanier get some minutes tonight, too. That'd be cool to see, him in the shooting guard spot with Herter, maybe. Yeah, that is Duncan Robinson's third personal foul. So, something to kind of keep an eye out here. B-ball. Paul Reed looking on from the bench as well, looking to see him get some minutes down the stretch. Isaiah Stewart checks into the game here for the Detroit Pistons. Another couple substitutions here for the Nets. They got, what do they got here? Porter Jr., Clowney, Claxton, Mann, and Traore. Clowney working underneath here, puts up a shot. He draws the foul on Isaiah Stewart. He's going to go to the free throw line. Ron Holland is also checked into the game for the Pistons. The Brooklyn Nets are officially in the bonus as well. Seems like the majority of the Pistons basketball games, the opposing team usually cracks the bonus first. I've been noticing that ever since I started calling these games. It feels like we're way more aggressive defensively, which can be a good thing, but also a bad thing, because if you pick up early fouls, you get guys in the bonus. It's basically more opportunities for the opposing team to get to the free throw line. What's going on, Gumby? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Tolu Smith does deserve some more minutes as well. What's going on, Jimmy? How you doing? Did Wichita State win? What's the score? Yeah, Miami, Ohio, 31-0 for sure. That's a crazy season. Clowney misses the second free throw. I believe they're going to get a lane violation, though, on the Pistons, so they're going to shoot another free throw here for Clowney. Yeah, Cade Cunningham is out of this game because of quadriceps, so hopefully he could be healthy enough to return tomorrow for the Miami Heat game. And then again, there's not really an ideal time frame for Asar Thompson to return. Hopefully it's not a long absence, but again, you kind of have to monitor that ankle injury with one of your best players. Pistons 16, Brooklyn Nets 15. Karis LeVert checks into the game here for the Pistons on the left wing here. Tries to get it inside of Duren. Bad pass from Karis LeVert. It's poked away by the Nets. Porter Jr. comes up with it. Porter has it, kicks it across here to Mann. Mann on the left wing here finds Claxton one-on-one against Jalen Duren. Claxton goes to his right in the paint here, kicks it back out to Porter Jr., puts up a 3 over Holland. It's off the mark, boarded by Karis LeVert. LeVert has it in transition, working against Traore on the left wing here. Goes to his right, kicks it off to Jenkins. Jenkins finds Holland on the left wing. Finds Jenkins, thought about a three, kicks it back out to Caris LeVert on the right wing for three. Caris LeVert knocks it down. Big time shot for Caris LeVert there, 19-15 basketball game. Jenkins tries to poke it away here. It's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Jenkins. Nets basketball out of bounds here. Appreciate you guys all stopping in. Welcome to the show, folks. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. It's games like these. I'm happy the Pistons didn't trade all their depth. Yeah, for sure. And again, it's like we face two really good teams back to back in the Cavs and the Spurs. And, you know, we might run into problems in the Cavs in the playoffs, but luckily Wemby and the Spurs are in the West, so we won't have to deal with him. Porter Jr. inside here, blocked away by Isaiah Stewart. Now they're going to call a late foul. Are they going to call that a goaltend? They're actually calling it a goaltend, saying Stewart put his hand up underneath the basket in the netting. Let's take a look here and see if he actually does this. Yeah, he clearly blocks that underneath the rim. Stewart was trying to challenge it, but he clearly blocked it up and inside of the rim here. So it's a goaltend on Isaiah Stewart. It's a 2-point basketball game. Jenkins finds Caris LeVert on the right wing here, goes to his right, kicks it back out to Stewart. He's going to get called for a foul, though. Good take from Caris LeVert. It's going to be Pistons basketball out of bounds. Player the Brooklyn Nets should have never traded for. Yeah, this team is also one without Cade. It's going to be interesting to see what type of rotations that JB Bickerstaff incorporates without Cade Cunningham and Asar Thompson. I mean, those are two of his best players, usually everyday starters. So now you're going to have to get creative with some of the rotations here. LeVert catches it at the top of the key here, working against the Brooklyn Nets. Finds Jenkins. Jenkins goes all the way to the rim. Nice underneath find to Isaiah Stewart for the slam. 21-17 basketball game. Pistons up by 4. 3:55 left to play here in the first quarter. Nets have it on the right wing working against Isaiah Stewart. Nets go all the way to the rim here. Shot is off the mark, boarded by Jalen Duren. Duren in transition here finds Caris LeVert. He goes up for a left-handed layup. It falls. Caris LeVert with a couple quick buckets in this basketball game. 23-17, Pistons up by 6. 3:33 left to play in the first quarter. You got Porter Jr., Claxton, Zaire Williams, Sharp, and Saraf on the floor for the Nets. Porter Jr. misses a 3. Boarded by Jalen Duren. Caris LeVert has it on the left wing here, looking to set something up for the Detroit Pistons. LeVert stops on a dime, puts up a long 3. It's off the mark, boarded by Porter Jr. Porter Jr. has it, working coast to coast against the Pistons defense. Bad pass from Porter Jr. It goes out of bounds, going to be last touched by Porter. Pistons basketball underneath. What's going on, chaps? How you doing? Yeah, the Pistons definitely needed this game. I mean, it's still a solid quality, NBA opponent. You can't really take any team for granted in the NBA. So, if we can get this win today, we do have some confidence going into tomorrow's game against the Miami Heat, which is another team that could potentially get the 7 or 8 seed in the Eastern Conference. So, we shall see. Jalen Duren goes to the sidelines here. Tobias checks back in. LeVert finds Sasser at the top of the key here. Sasser working against Saraf. Outside to Caris LeVert, right back to Sasser. Sasser has it, goes to his left, kicks it back out to Tobias. Tobias working here on the baseline. Tobias looking to post up against the Nets. Turnaround shot to beat the shot clock. It falls for Uncle T, Tobias Harris. 25-17 basketball game. 2:35 left to play in the first quarter. Danny Wolf checks into the game here for the Brooklyn Nets, Wolverine legend. Brooklyn Nets have it, finds Zaire Williams. Williams turns it over here. It's going to be Pistons basketball the other way. Caris LeVert has it on the left wing, finds Tobias Harris. Tobias goes to his right, runs into a wall, though, against Williams. Backs it out here, looking to reset the offense. Tobias finds Sasser at the top of the key against Danny Wolf. Sasser has it. Puts up a tough shot, and he knocks it down over Danny Wolf. How about Marcus Sasser from beyond the arc? The Pistons bench absolutely loves it. Pistons on a 12-2 run here. Saraf has it, goes to his left, kicks it back out to Williams. Williams puts up a long 3. That's off the mark, no good. Boarded by Ron Holland. Holland with the basketball. Drives inside here to the paint. Euro step, looking to find LeVert underneath here. It's going to be last touch, though, by the Brooklyn Nets. It's going to be Pistons basketball out of bounds. You can hear me now? Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I accidentally turned off the microphone earlier for like the first couple minutes of the stream. So I'm like, can you guys hear me or not? I wasn't really sure. Pistons looking good so far in the first quarter here. As expected, Pistons were a 12.5-point favorite coming into this basketball game, despite not having Cade Cunningham or Asar Thompson on the floor here. Pistons take a timeout as we head to a commercial break. Sasser can be our second option, but JB doesn't value him as much. And honestly, it's like at this point, give Sasser LeVert's minutes. Like until LeVert can prove that he can average like 9 to 10 points off the bench per game, Sasser can legit shoot it anywhere on the floor. And at this rate, it's like, why wouldn't you give him the extra opportunity to get more shots off? You're going to need 3-point shooting. And Sasser can add that. A little bit of a quick first step off the bounce as well. And you saw it against Danny Wolf on that last possession just now. He thought about driving and he stepped back and just buried a 3 in Wolf's face. So again, it's good to see Sasser. He's already got 8 points so far. He's a leading scorer in the first quarter. Porter Jr.'s got 9 points. Tobias is 5. Jenkins is 3 assists. Good stuff. Karras won't get picked up on defense. And that's the only problem is Sasser's size, right? That's the only thing he has going against him. And I think that is a reason why JB Bickerstaff looks at Caris LeVert more, because it is a bigger body type guard, right? Caris LeVert's 6'7". Jenkins is 6'1". So it's a 6-inch height difference between those two guys. And unfortunately, though, I think Sasser is a better shooter than LeVert is, but he just hasn't been consistent enough to where it's like, all right, let's throw him out here when the starters come off the floor and just hope that he doesn't suck. Because the last couple games that LeVert has played for us, he just has not looked. I saw a funny tweet the other day. It was like, Killian Hayes was the worst Detroit Pistons basketball player of all time, and I'd rather have him over Caris LeVert. And it's like, that's saying a lot, because Killian Hayes was pretty bad. So LeVert is only better than Sasser on interior defense. Right. And it's tough because it's only 5-on-5, right? You're trying to put the best guys out there where they can make an impact when the starters are off the floor. And I wish Sasser was like 6'4" instead of 6'1", because I think he could have gotten a lot more looks. But it's good to see he's getting minutes, though, in this game. Beef Stew underneath here puts up a shot off the mark here. He's going to go to the free throw line, draws the foul. We've seen Duncan do the same thing. And that's just it. Like, really, the two-guard slot, Duncan, I don't think is a lockdown two-guard. Like, he's been the consistent starter all season long, but there's like 4 guys on the team that you could, I think, swap in and out in any given situation, especially because Duncan Robinson, I feel like, gets in an early foul tendency early in the first and second quarters of games. And then when he gets in foul trouble, and if he doesn't knock down shots, it's like, all right, you're looking at LeVert, you're looking at Sasser, maybe Kevin Huerter. I think Asar Thompson, if he can just develop a jump shot, I think that would open up a lot of stuff on the floor, spacing-wise, for the Pistons. Beef Stew knocks down both free throws, by the way. But it's good to see Sasser on the floor, though, and able to step up when guys are down. Brooklyn Nets kick it back out here. Goes to the right inside. It's going to be nearly blocked by Beef Stew. It's going to be up and in. Tough shot underneath here by the Brooklyn Nets. That was Abaji that knocked that down. 1:15 left to play in the first quarter. Tobias finds Marcus Sasser on the right wing here, looking to go to work against Williams. 1:08 left to play in the first quarter. Sasser has it, finds LeVert backdoor. LeVert catches it, finds Ron Holland behind the back pass to LeVert. LeVert has to beat the shot clock. Step back 3 for LeVert. It's off the mark. It's boarded by Danny Wolf. Wolf in transition here finds Saraf on the left wing against Tobias Harris. Looking to get to Danny Wolf at the top of the key here. Danny Wolf has it against Tobias. Going to be pickpocketed, though, by Ron Holland in transition all the way to the cup for the slam. Nice defensive play from Ron Holland, poking that ball away and gets an easy deuce for the Pistons. 35 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Saraf has it, kicks it back out to Danny Wolf, intercepted by Tobias Harris. Tobias has it at the top of the key here, looking to slow it down here. Tobias looking for the open man, finds Sasser. Sasser working against Wolf, goes all the way to the rim. It's going to be blocked by the Nets. It's going to stay out of bounds for the Pistons. Great defensive play from Ron Holland. That's a guy I'm super excited about, and I think he's probably going to be a part of our core because he's a guy where, again, with Beef Stew, they're more known for their defense, and they're going to be two guys that are going to be, interchangeable coming off the bench for the Pistons come playoff time. That solely they're going to be their responsibility is to give us defense off the bench. But I think Ron Holland's progressed a lot from his offensive game over the last couple of seasons. Beef Stew has to put up a shot at the buzzer. It's going to be a foul called against the Brooklyn Nets. So Beef Stew's going to go to the free throw line. 8 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pistons on a 13-2 run here. Chaz Lanier, too, as well, I would like to see get more looks. And again, with the way things are going right now, I'm hoping to see Chaz Lanier get more minutes. I really think Chaz Lanier is a guy that I want to see how tall is Chaz Lanier, because I think he's a guy that, you're talking possibly next year could be a legit two-guard off the bench for this Pistons team in rotations to help Cade. Beef Stew misses the first free throw. Pistons 32, Nets 19. I'll have to look up how tall Lanier is out of the commercial break. Ron Holland's definitely making himself known for sure. And, again, what I love about this whole core is, they had a little bit of a jittery feel to them because it was their first playoff experience last year. Now they got a whole year of playoff experience under their belt. It's weird because, you saw great competition the past couple days with the Cavs and the Spurs. Beef Stew misses both free throws here. 5 seconds left on the game clock. Traore has to get a shot off here on the right wing. He has to put up a shot at the buzzer. It's off the mark. We're going to the second quarter. Pistons up by 13. You saw it, the Spurs just dominated us through and through. We could not stop Wemby. They had De'Aaron Fox just absolutely, they both had 20 points in the first quarter. And then again, randomly, they're down 20 the other day to the Clippers, and they come back and win the game. So it's just very weird how, teams approach the Pistons in terms of their game plan against us. The Spurs, their first priority was to stop Cade Cunningham. It worked. The two times the Pistons saw the Spurs just went after Cade, and they didn't really have any answer aside from him, and trying to knock down shots was Duncan Robinson and Tobias on the wings, and they couldn't really get their rhythm, and then the Spurs went on an absolute tear, and then we lost by 15, I don't even know what the final score was, 15 or 20 points to the Spurs the other day. And then the Cavaliers, right? They get Donovan Mitchell back. They get James Harden back from injury. That was a good competitive game to the fourth quarter, minus, Donovan Mitchell, and then they still lock out the Pistons at home. So, again, I think I like our chances in the Eastern Conference because we've proven that we can be atop of the East and we can beat good teams like the Celtics. We swept the Knicks this season in the regular season. We can hang with the Toronto Raptors, the Orlando Magics of the world. Again, when we get to the postseason, though, it's going to be these quick 8-0, 9-0 runs that it's going to separate the gap between can the Pistons move on in the playoffs or not, because of those quick runs that they can just knock down 2, 3, 4 threes in a row. 5-hour energy run. Yeah, so it's all up for grabs. Chaps becoming a member. Thank you so much, Chaps. My man, absolute legend. Welcome to the roster. Round of applause for Chaps. Thank you so much, dude. Welcome to the roster, dude. Helps out support me in the streams. You get the crazy cool loyalty badges and emotes as well. Look at these bad boys in the chat along with the loyalty badge. Chaps, thank you so much, dude. Appreciate you, buddy. By the way, guys, if you guys also want to become a member of the roster, want to help support the shows, it's in the description of the stream. It's also in the chat. I will put it in the chat here. Give me 1 second. Thank you so much, Chaps. I'll also put your name up on the screen here too, dude. Thank you so much, Chaps. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you, dude. Let me take a screenshot of Chaps, and we'll put him up on the board, and we'll be good to go. Sweet. There he is right there. Perfect. Thank you so much, Chaps. Appreciate you, buddy. Absolute legend. Thank you so much, dude. We're getting back from commercial break here to start the second quarter here. Jenkins in transition here goes all the way to the rim. There's going to be a stoppage in play, though. I think they're going to call it on the net. So it's going to be Pistons basketball out of bounds. Where is Chaps? There he is. Good deal. Put him up on the screen. Good to go. Look at Chaps. Absolute legend. Thank you so much, Chaps. Dance Jenkins at the top of the key here, goes to his left. Left-handed layup is off the mark. It's going to be called for a foul, though, against Traore, and Jenkins is going to go to the free throw line. Nice take from Jenkins. Pistons 32, Brooklyn Nets 19. Thanks again, Chaps. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, it's going to be a good game, and I like these type of games to where, like, the Pistons can kind of experiment more with their rotations, right? And this is no disrespect to the Brooklyn Nets, but this is probably going to be a win for the Pistons just based on talent-wise overall. Although the Nets can randomly go on runs, and they've had certain situations throughout the season where they have competed at the highest level against, like, playoff-caliber teams. But you maybe see Chaz Lanier. Kevin Huerter's going to get more minutes. You know, guys that can really assert themselves and maybe establish themselves to get in the eyes of JB Bickerstaff and this coaching staff to where if they're in a desperate situation, you can put, you know, some of your best shooters out on the floor despite not really being good on defense or not. But if you need a basket, it can't really hurt you. Traore goes all the way to the rim, puts it up and in, 33-21 basketball game. On the floor for the Pistons right now, you got Jenkins, Beef Stew. You have Huerter, Javonte Green, and Karis LeVert. So you got Javonte Green underneath here. Reverse layup is up and in. Tough find from Javonte Green underneath. 11:15 left to play in the first half here. Stolen away by Dance Jenkins. Jenkins on the fast break slams it up and home. The Pistons bench loves it. 37-21 basketball game. 11:02 left to play in the first half. Jenkins has 7 points, 4 assists, and 2 steals so far in the first half here. Nets put up a 3 from the left wing. It's knocked it down and good for Williams. Puts it back up to a 13-point basketball game. Tough shot from Williams. Karis LeVert on the left wing here working against Traore. Looking to make his move. Drives in the paint here. Puts up a mid-range floater. It's off the mark. It's boarded by the Brooklyn Nets. Clowney has it in transition here. Offside to Traore against Jenkins. Traore has it. Looking to get it to his guy down low here. Finds a cutting teammate for a right-handed layup underneath here. Goes Abaji. 37-26 basketball game. 10:15 left to play here in the first half here. Welcome to the party, folks. 10:15 left to play here. It's going to be poked out of bounds. Last touch by the Nets. Pistons basketball underneath here. Again, the Nets can casually make these random runs where, like, they can hang around you, you know, through and through and keep it close to a 10-point basketball game. So the Pistons have got to be aggressive through and through in this one here. Nice find from Kevin Huerter to find a cutting Karis LeVert inside here for the layup. 39-26 basketball game. Nets have it at the top of the key, working against Karis LeVert. Traore has it, goes to his right, kicks it back out to Williams. He tries another 3, and he buries it. Both back-to-back threes from Zaire Williams. It's back to a 10-point game. Huerter in the paint here puts up a shot. The shot is fouled by Huerter. He doesn't get the bucket, though. He's going to go to the free throw line, though. I think this is the first time, correct me if I'm wrong, that we're seeing Kevin Huerter attempt free throws on the Pistons. I don't think I've ever seen Huerter take a free throw yet on this team. So here's Red Velvet at the free throw line. What's up, Beatty? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Huerter with the basketball at the free throw line. First free throw on the way is up and in. Appreciate you stopping in, Beatty. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't remember Huerter ever taking a free throw before this attempt. So good to see it. 40-29 basketball game. Pistons up by 11. Couple substitutions here for the Pistons and the Nets. The Nets get their starters back out there. They got Mann, Williams, Claxton, Clowney, and Porter Jr. Pistons have Jenkins, Stewart, Green, LeVert, and Kevin Huerter. Huerter's second free throw on the way here. It is up and in. Knocks down both free throws. 41-29 basketball game. 9:38 left to play here in the first half. Yeah, so there's no Cade Cunningham and no Asar Thompson. Pistons do have a back-to-back tomorrow night against the Miami Heat, so we're going to have to monitor that and see if Cade and Asar play. I doubt Asar is going to be back until probably the end of March, if I had to guess. Unfortunately, Clowney catches it and buries it from the right wing for a three-pointer. Back to a 9-point basketball game. Nets are making some tough threes here to keep it in the game against the Pistons. Jenkins on the left wing gets it back from Javonte Green, finds Beef Stew underneath here. There's going to be a foul against Man. It's going to be Pistons basketball out of bounds. Maybe we re-sign Jaden Ivey, and who knows? Like, that could be a part of Trajan Langdon's sick, crazy, masterful plan, because it's going to take a while for Jaden Ivey to get back to his true self. He just has knee problems and injuries, but again, we'll see what the Bulls do, if they actually pick up his contract or not, because if they don't, we could get Ivy back very cheap. We'll see. Javonte Green on the left corner. He buries it. Tough shot for Javonte Green. 44-32 basketball game. Pistons are in the bonus, up 12 here. Man tries a three on the right wing over Jenkins. That's off the mark, boarded by Javonte Green. Green in transition here finds Kevin Huerter. Huerter going to work here against Porter Jr. Step back three for Red Velvet. He knocks it down. Red Velvet, Kevin Huerter putting on a clinic against MPJ. He hits a three, his first of the game. Love to see it. 47-32 basketball game. 8:25 left to play in the first half. They're going to call a foul away from the basketball, I believe, against Kevin Huerter. That was pretty nasty. Kevin Huerter looked like he was driving to the paint here. He stepped back three over MPJ, and the Pistons bench loves it. JB Bickerstaff likes that as well on the sidelines. Good to see it. 47-32 basketball game. Red Velvet in action. I might have to get a Red Velvet emote. Just a picture of like Kevin's face with like a Red Velvet cake. That'd be pretty funny. 47-32 basketball game. MPJ puts up a three. It's off the mark. Boarded by Javonte Green in transition. Javonte Green has it on the right wing, working against Clowney. Offside to Jenkins. Jenkins has it, finds Beef Stew, kicks it out to Karis LeVert. He tries a three that's off the mark, boarded by Clowney. Clowney in transition on the left wing here. Finds MPJ against Huerter. Porter has it, goes baseline, floater is off the mark, boarded by Isaiah Stewart. LeVert finds Jenkins. Jenkins on the right wing. Going to work underneath here against Man. Man nearly stripped it away here. LeVert ends up with it. Cross-court pass wide open for Red Velvet for three. Off the mark. Oh, that would have been awesome if he would have made that. 47-32 basketball game. Pistons up by 15. Nets have it. Kick it back out to Clowney. Clowney tries a three on the left wing that's off the mark. Nets get it back here. Finds Man. Man tries a wide open three. That's off the mark. No good. Boarded by Karis LeVert. LeVert has it. Finds Javonte Green. Left wide open up for three on the corner. It's off the mark. Boarded by the Brooklyn Nets here. Nets in transition. Working at the top of the key. Finds Michael Porter Jr. against Karis LeVert. Kick it off to Claxton. MPJ has it again here. Offside to Man on the right wing, working against Dennis Jenkins. Man has it. Looking to set up the offense here, working against Jenkins. Step back jump shot is pure for Man. Cuts it back to a 13-point game, and I believe the Pistons take a timeout. 47-34 basketball game. Got a commercial break coming up here. Appreciate you stopping in. What's going on, folks? I think getting Beasley back should be our first priority. I mean, yeah, that'd be great. Didn't he sign like in like a Chinese basketball league or something? There was someplace overseas in another country. I forgot where it was, but yeah, unfortunately, like I don't think we're gonna get Beasley back. Like that situation is just too complex and vague, and I don't think any teams want to touch that with a 39.5-foot pole. Unfortunately, we tried to fill it in with Duncan Robinson, and he's been okay. I don't think as good of a three-point shooter as Beasley was last year. So, again, still a lot of time left to kind of figure out the core roster. I think you got pretty much Asar, Duran, Cade, obviously locked in. Probably Ron Holland. Unfortunately, it didn't work out with Ivy, Beef Stew. And then you're hoping to nail this future draft pick this year. I think that pick swap is going to be big. And we can't really evaluate the Huerter-Ivy trade just yet because people forget we still have a first-round pick that we got, and we moved up in the draft. If that pick hits, you can really make a judgment call and see. Hopefully Bobby Clement can play tonight for sure. Yeah, like I would love Beasley, and there was a chance that we might have gotten, at the trade deadline, and not like obviously he's a free agent, but like more time would have passed, and it's so weird because like the FBI's into it, the NBA's into it, and it's just like a mess all around. But if we do get him back next year, that'd be great. But according to like his social media, he says if he does come back to the NBA, the only team he wants to play for is the Pistons. So we shall see. What's up, Lava? Jazz struggling with his new team. Yeah, it sucks. Like, I like Jaden Ivey a lot as a player. Like, injuries just suck, dude. Especially, freaking Cole Anthony just going after that dirty play a season and a half ago against the Magic. And, it just sucks. Especially knees are just so hard to come back from in sports. So it's just crazy. Pistons 47, Brooklyn Nets 34. Pistons up by 13. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the party, folks. Pistons, again, coming into this basketball game as a 12.5-point favorite. So hopefully we can basically put the pedal to the metal so we can get some of these guys that don't get a lot of minutes off the bench to potentially get some playing time in the second half here. You're already seeing Sasser get a ton of minutes. He was a starter, which I was shocked by. But again, without a Star Thompson or Cade, you're going to have guys step up here. So we're back from the commercial break here. Sasser with the basketball finds Javonte Green on the left wing against man. Javonte Green has it, kicks it back out to Duren. Duren finds Kevin Huerter on the right wing here. Huerter has it, looking to get to Sasser. Sasser underneath here to Javonte Green. He puts up a layup. It's off the mark, boarded by Sasser. Sasser puts up a mid-range jump shot. That's off the mark. Duren with the rebound, puts it back up, misses the dunk, gets it back, and puts it back up and in. 49-34 basketball game. Pistons take a 15-point lead. Duren's kind of smiling, laughing down the floor because he missed like the first couple attempts. He finally put it back home, though. Man has it on the right wing here. Claxton sets the screen, looking to set something up here. Finds Claxton down below. Intercepted by Javonte Green. Green has it upside to Ron Holland. Holland working against MPJ on the left wing. 5:58 left to play here in the second quarter. Good to see Ron Holland is okay. He got poked in the eye from Wemby the other day, and he had like vision problems because like I guess Wemby like scratched him against the eye, and it was questionable to see if he was actually going to play in this game, but I'm glad he's all right. 49-34 basketball game. The ball was actually last touched by Jalen Duren, I think. Ooh, he has a case there. It looked like it was last touched by the Brooklyn Nets out of bounds. We're going to see whose basketball this is. 5:48 left to play in the first half. The Pistons are actually challenging this. I think Duren has a case here. So it looked like Abaji, hopefully I'm saying his name right, looked like he had it out of bounds, and Duren went after it, and they said it was last touched by Duren, but I think it was last touched by the Nets there. So we shall see. What's up, Danny? Do the Nets have a chance to win? I mean, maybe. I mean, they're down 15, though, in the first half, so we'll see. Again, there's never a guarantee in the NBA, but if the Pistons keep playing like this, it should be over. But you never know, though, at the end of the day. Because again, like the Pistons played the Wizards, a month and a half ago or so. I was on that call, and the Pistons were like an 18-point favorite. They had all their starters, and the Wizards just blew us out. It was crazy. So, you never know in the NBA. We're in a commercial break. It looks like from the box score I'm seeing right now is the Pistons are going to win the challenge. So the Pistons are going to get the basketball back here. Good challenge from JB Bickerstaff. Make sure I have these timeouts right. Okay, Pistons have used 3. Brooklyn Nets have only used 1 still. Okay. I took almost 9 years off from NBA basketball, but I'm back for this Pistons team. Yeah, it was funny because, like, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. I wanted to have my own sports talk show, YouTube channel. I kind of built that over the years. Did a bunch of shorts, and I covered that 28-game lost Pistons team. I'm like, this is pathetic. Like, how do you lose 28 games in a row? And then we fired, our coach, Monty Williams. We fired our GM, and 2 guys with Trajan Lane and JB Bickerstaff have just done absolute wonders with this team in the last 2.5 seasons. So It's been fun. I can't wait for the postseason. It's going to be electric. I'm hoping we can get a deep run in the playoffs, and possibly go to middle of May, end of May, maybe even June if I say so. June would mean basically we make the finals, but that's a long way to go still. But we got to get to the Eastern Conference, and again, there's good teams out there besides the Pistons. And when you get to the postseason, everybody starts 0-0. Upsets happen all the time in the NBA playoffs too. So you can't really take any team for granted, but you also kind of have to give everybody your best shot as well. Hopefully it's June. That'd be great. I'm hoping it's June. But we got a long way to go, though. But I can't wait for the playoffs, though. We're going to see who the Pistons, if they hold on to this 1 seed, we're going to have to watch the play-in tournament. That's going to be a really interesting game to see who the Pistons get. Kevin Huerter gets it back here from Duren. Huerter, step back 3 for Kevin Huerter to beat the shot clock. It is off the mark here. It's boarded by the Brooklyn Nets. Man has it at the top of the key here, looking to set up the offense for Brooklyn. Finds Claxton at the top of the key here, working against Huerter. Claxton working against Javonte Green. Ball is swinged around to Williams. Williams has it against Ron Holland. Puts up a floater. It's off the mark. They get Ron Holland, though, for a shooting foul. And Williams is going to go to the free throw line. Pistons 49, Brooklyn Nets 34. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the party. And we are up 15, looking comfortable so far against the Nets. But again, there's still a whole second half ahead of us. I think tomorrow's game is going to be a really good game. You got basically the Pistons, who are a little bit banged up, with Asar Thompson, missing probably the next couple games or so. And then the Heat, at home, they got some players on their team. Andrew Wiggins, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero. There's a lot of good talent over in Miami, so it's going to be not an easy task for the Pistons tomorrow night. 49-36 basketball game. Brooklyn Nets knocked down both free throws. 5:10 left to play in the first half here. Jalen Duren has it, going to work underneath the rim, puts up a shot off the mark. It's boarded by Claxton. Claxton has it, goes all the way to the rim in transition, swatted away from Jalen Duren. He took it out of midair from Claxton. The Pistons bench loves it. Inside here to Ron Holland, kicks it back out, spin move to Sasser, wide open for 3, off the mark. The Nets are going to get it back here. Porter Jr. has it in transition, finds it to his teammate Abaji down below. It's back to an 11-point game. Duren on the right wing here. Nice move from JD. Blows by the Nets defense and goes right to the rim for the nice easy slam. 51-38 basketball game. Pistons up by 13. Duren's got 6 points, 6 boards, 3 blocks. Man has it on the right wing here. Kicks it back out to Williams. Williams drives in the paint here. Guarded by Huerter. Puts up a floater. It's off the mark. Kevin Huerter's going to get called for the foul, though. So Williams is going to go to the free throw line. We'll put a Pistons playoff game as a mini season ticket holder. Oh, that's cool, Gumby. Yeah, I wonder how much they're going to charge. I mean, this is a pretty big year for the Pistons if they can hold on to this 1 seed. I'm really curious to see who our first round matchup's going to be. There's like 4 different teams I could see the Pistons play in the first round. It's going to be a fun postseason, though. Next, Nets knocked down the first free throw. 12-point basketball game. Yeah, Tatum's back on the Celtics. Yeah, for sure. That's going to be something to watch out for. I got to look at the schedule and see if the Pistons play the Celtics again before the playoffs or not. But yeah, that's a Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are arguably the best 1-2 punch duo in the Eastern Conference. So maybe in all of basketball. So that's tough to beat. Williams knocks down both free throws. 51-40. What's up, Wesley? Sasser has it at the top of the key here, working against the Nets. Finds Jenkins on the right wing here off to Jalen Duren. Duren with the basketball against Abaji. Finds Sasser. Sasser drives, step back jumper for Sasser is in and out. It's boarded by Porter Jr. Up to Traore on the right wing against Tobias Harris. Drives to the paint, kicks it back out to Porter Jr. He tries a 3. That's off the mark, boarded by Tobias Harris. Tobias on the right wing looking to push it for the Pistons. Crosses half court. Kicks it out to Ron Holland. Holland has it. He gets fouled, though, by the Brooklyn Nets. The Pistons are in the bonus, so Ron Howell's going to go to the free throw line. 3:41 left to play in the first half. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's going to happen, but if they do get eliminated in the first round, that's going to be very disappointing. I'm hoping an absolute worst case scenario would be like game 7 of the second round. At a minimum, I'm kind of expecting that. But we shall see. Again, because you can beat teams one-on-one in the regular season, but a teams adjust with matchup strategies comes to a playoff series for a best of 7. And I think JB Bickerstaff has done a great job of that so far when he matched up pretty well against the New York Knicks. And I'm telling you, if Isaiah Stewart was healthy in that playoff series, I think that game goes to game 7 and the Pistons maybe win that series. Pistons knocked down both free throws, 53-40 basketball game. 3:40 left to play in the first half. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. It's free. It also helps out the stream and my self-esteem. Welcome to the party, folks. Again, shout out to Chaps for becoming a member tonight as well. 3:29 left to play in the first half. There's going to be a foul away from the basketball, I think, on Ron Holland, so it's going to be a stoppage in play. I think we beat Charlotte 4-1. Charlotte would be a really interesting first round. I think that could go to, like, game 6. I think, like, it depends on if Con Knippel is the truth, and he's proven he has been. He might win Rookie of the Year this year. That's how good he is. He can keep the Hornets in games, and if they continue to hit the 3 ball, which I think are way better than the Pistons, that'll be a really fun series. But yeah, I think you're right. I think the Pistons, in a best of 7, I think would get the Hornets. So it's tough to say, though. Like again, no team is safe in the playoffs. Tobias underneath your left-handed layup is up and in. 55-40 basketball game. I had fun, Jimmy. 3:02 left to play in the second quarter. Kicks it back out to Traore. Traore drives inside to Sasser. Sasser pokes it away, finds Jenkins in transition. Jenkins goes all the way to the rim, draws the foul on Traore, and Jenkins is going to go to the free throw line. This is a game that Jenkins absolutely has to have. Like the last couple of games, ever since he signed his 2-year contract, he's been very, very mediocre for the Pistons down the stretch. And I got to see at least 15 to 20 points tonight from Jenkins. I mean, this is a guy that's leading the way for the Pistons without Cade Cunningham. He's having a solid first half, though. 5 assists, 7 points, a couple steals. Make that 8 points now for Jenkins. 16-point basketball game. Jenkins will make both free throws. See if I'm right. I like it. But the weird thing is with, like, the Knicks is, like, the Pistons have dominated the Knicks, but the Knicks can match up better against other Eastern Conference teams. So if it comes down to, like, Celtics-Knicks in that matchup before they get to the Pistons, if we're still that far into it, that would be very interesting. Jenkins misses the second free throw. Sasser has it. Looked like Sasser... Oh, no. Oh, man. Sasser's holding his left ankle. Sasser dove for the loose ball for the rebound. He's holding his left ankle. 2:41 left to play in the first half. Your Pistons are in the bonus. There's a stoppage in play here, though, for Sasser. Let's see what happened here. It looked like Sasser, he twisted his ankle. Yeah, he was fighting for the loose ball, and Obagi just kind of ran over Sasser down below. Oh, man. Hopefully Sasser's all right. That's a guy you don't really want to see go down for any of the Pistons team that matter. Oh, man, he rolled that right ankle. Oh my goodness. Yeah, both ankles. Man, he got caught in like a wind tunnel underneath against the Nets there. Hopefully Sasser's all right. He's walking around, though. He has to kind of take a step back and see if he can walk this off here. But that didn't look good. He rolled both ankles underneath the basket right there. So we'll see. Looks like a sprained ankle for Asar, not Achilles. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected from Asar. I mean, it looked way worse the other day against the Spurs. So if I had to guess, he's probably going to be out at least a couple weeks just to be extra cautious for Asar. And thankfully, we have somewhat of a favorable schedule over the next couple weeks to where it's not like necessary for him to play. But obviously, the sooner the better with him. Yeah, it looks like Sasser's all right. He's not even going to contest the jump ball here. Obagi puts it up and in, though. It's back to a 14-point game. 2:34 left to play in the first half. I'm sorry, that is Sharp. My bad. Sharp collided with Sasser on that play. Jenkins on the left wing against Williams. Kicks it back out to Tobias, finds Sasser. Sasser dishes it back to Tobias. Top of the key, 2:20 left to play in the first half. Tobias working against Sharp, goes to the rim, right-handed floater is good for Uncle T. That's a tough floater that Tobias just hit. He had to go to his right and kind of like underneath hand just kind of lobbed it up there over the Nets defense. It falls. 58-42. Sharp underneath to Porter Jr. Porter Jr. has it. Put up the shot. Count the bucket for Porter Jr. I'm surprised he didn't get a called for a foul there. Back to a 14-point game. 1:48 left to play in the first half. Kicks it back out to Jenkins on the corner. Finds Ron Holland. Holland has it. Outside to Jalen Duren. Duren working against Sharp here. Goes to his right. Inside right-handed layup is off the mark. Poked away by the Nets. Clowney has it underneath here. Finds Porter Jr. Backdoor fine for the nice, easy layup. This game is like the opposite of how we saw the Pistons play the Spurs the other day. This is like the reverse-inverse role. Like, it's almost a mirror of what I'm seeing. It's like, this is how the Pistons are playing, how the Nets are playing, for how the Spurs are playing as the Pistons are playing last couple days ago, if that makes any sense. Tobias is such a solid vet. Yeah, I think you're going to have to probably pay him another 2-year, $40 million deal. What I would do is I would pay Tobias, and then you draft your stretch four. And whoever that is learns behind Tobias, and then when Tobias's 2 years deal is up, maybe you probably let him go after that because he'd be what, like 36 at that point, 37. And then you bring in the guy you just drafted. Jenkins misses the first free throw. He has the craziest podcast clips ever, and I can't believe some of the things he said. Yeah, MPJ he's a wild man. 58-46 basketball game. Jenkins at the top of the key. Misses the first free throw. Second free throw on the way here. It is up and in. 59-46. Cohen Carr. I would love Cohen Carr, but like he just can't shoot. And I think he comes back for his senior year. I don't think he's there ready in terms of a scorer yet. Because all he can do really is dunk. A minute 12 left to play in the first half. The Nets are going to get called for an offensive foul, so they picked up a turnover. A lot of people are saying Yaxel. I don't know if Yaxel would fall that far to the mid-20s. He'd be an interesting player, though, for the Pistons that you could take a chance on. I don't know if Trajan is going to go for that or not, though. Or you could look at potentially the next backcourt and you look at to replace Duncan in a few years. Sharp goes all the way to the rim. You're going to get called for a foul, though, against Herter. Is it a foul? Oh, no, he just flat out lost it. I thought Herter fouled him. So good defense from Herter. Herter had it stripped away by Sharp, and it looked like, yeah, Sharp just missed the dunk. It went in and out. It's going to be Pistons basketball back again. Morez Johnson or Yax, they won't be available. Would you want Fears? Yeah, in a couple years. Like, I don't know if Fears is probably going to be I think Fears is going to be a 4-year player. It's tough to say with him. Cohen Carr is going to make it just because of athleticism alone. I don't know if it's going to be this year or next year, but I mean, you could look at backcourt. Like, you could look at Cade's number 2 guard. I mean, I don't know. I think it's guard or stretch 4. We already have our bigs. Duren underneath here goes to his right. Duren gets fouled underneath by Porter Jr. Duren's going to go to the free throw line. Tobias should be kept and not a pay increase. Yeah, I think Tobias would go for I think a fair deal for him again is another 2-year, $40 million deal. That's what he signed when he came to the Pistons. I think it's another fair price. Very fair price. Because it's not like he's playing better than that, right? Like, if he was averaging like 18 points, 6 boards, and 5 assists a game, then maybe, but he's kind of right at the middle of the pack for another extension. 59-46 46 basketball game. Duren misses the first free throw. Second free throw on the way here is up and in. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. Welcome to the party, folks. Man has it against the Pistons. Nets down by 14. 35 seconds left to play in the first half here. Man working against Jenkins, off to Porter Jr. Porter Jr. has it against Holland. Kicks it across here. Duren tried to intercept it. They're going to say it was last touch by the Brooklyn Nets. So kind of a weird turn of events there for the Nets. There's literally a second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. So the Pistons can wind this down for the final shot here. Nets have 12 turnovers in the first half. Pistons have 4, so they're doing a pretty good job of creating turnovers here. Jenkins has it. Duren sets the screen, finds Duren down below here. Duren goes all the way to the rim. Right-handed layup is up and in. Duren wanted a foul. He's not going to get it. 62-46. Nets have it at the top of the key here on the right wing. Obagi has it. Kicks it across to Man. Man has to put up a crazy shot. The buzzer goes over the backboard. It's going to be halftime. Pistons up by 16 going into the halftime break. Yeah, I mean, Trajan might trade up in the draft. How crazy would that be? Everybody's complaining that Trajan Lane didn't do enough at the trade deadline. What if he moves up in the draft? Like, he can use his leverage from the Minnesota Timberwolves draft pick, and if it's like in the early 20s, he could jump up to the early teens. That would be crazy if he did that. But, I mean, that's what Troy Weaver did when he got Jalen Duren. He made a deal with the Hornets and he moved up to get Duren. So that would be crazy in itself. I think this is the class, though, that you could seriously make a big move in. This is a very, very solid draft class this year. So we'll see. Got a halftime break underway here, folks. Yeah, no Cade and no Asar. Yeah, Cade's out with a quad strain. Hopefully we'll get him back tomorrow against the Heat. And then obviously Asar, he suffered that ankle injury against the Spurs the other day. And if I had to guess, they said there isn't a timetable for him to return. Unfortunately, I would not be surprised if he's out for the rest of March. It sucks to say that, but you got to consider playoffs and you need him, and you don't want to risk a further injury on probably a sprained ankle from what they're saying. So, Pistons, though, 46% from the three-point line in the first half. That's pretty solid. Nobody's really standing out. I mean, you have basically every single player that has checked into this game has scored, which is a great sign. Duren's got 9. Jenkins has 9. Tobias and Sasser both have 8. Duncan got in early foul trouble, so he only has 3 points. LeVert was 7 off the bench. Green and Herter with 5. Stewart and Holland with 4. So everybody's scoring and contributing in this game. So you like to see it. It's weird. We play the Brooklyn Nets again this Tuesday. So we have the Nets tonight. Then we have the Heat tomorrow. And then we have the Nets again on the road Tuesday. Yeah, and I hope, I haven't really seen a lot of Yaxel's game, right? I know he was a very, very highly coveted transfer portal pick out of UAB. I think it was UAB he came from. If he lights it up in March Madness this year, and he averages 18, 19 points a game, and he can shoot 38% from the three-point line, I would definitely consider it. The hometown kid, right? Michigan going to the Pistons. I think a lot of Michigan fans are kind of looking at Yaxel as a guy that you could potentially insert. You got to see what happens with Tobias Harris first. If we pay Tobias before or after the draft, I think it's going to affect what Langdon does in the draft. But this is a big pick for him. Because he's only really had one pick. He had Holland, which, considering how bad that draft class was, there's maybe 3 guys in that draft that are, known in the NBA. And Holland, I think, is one of them at 5. And then he had, Chaz Lanier, Bobby Clintman, 2 couple second-rounders. But, this is his second first-rounder that he's going to have this year. Because we didn't really have a first-rounder last year. We traded it because of the Beef Stew trade. there's some weird deal where like when we traded up to get Stewart, we gave away like our future pick swap because of that, and then some other team got it. I can't remember who it was. But yeah, Montes would have been sweet. Yeah, that would have been awesome. But I hope like when people are throwing out Yaxel's name, I hope they're not like using the Michigan fan bias fan in them when making that decision. He's a great player, but at the end of the day, you got to make the best pick for the team too. So if it is Yaxel, great. If it's not, then we gotta trust what Trajan does. Was it Minnesota? It might have been somebody else, but there was a reason why we didn't have a first round pick last year, and I think it was because of the Isaiah Stewart deal. Because I think we traded up to get that was a crazy. That was a couple years ago. We took Killian and then Isaiah Stewart in that draft, and then a couple years later, Weaver takes Duren. He moves up to get Duren. That was a SAR, right? That was Duren and a SAR. Yeah, that was the same draft class, I'm pretty sure. No, was it the year after? No, that was Ivy. It was Ivy and Duren, I think, right? Yeah, it was Ivy and Duren in that class, and then a SAR was the year after. Yeah, that's right. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah, we took Sadiq Bey too. That was a big draft year for the Pistons. Yeah. Sadiq Bey was balling out for the Pelicans. I always liked Sadiq Bey. And then we traded him for James Wiseman, and that just never worked out. Yeah, he'll be 25 when his career starts, which I think, and now here's the thing, because of that alone, I think there's a reason why he still could be on the board for the Pistons in the 20s, because he's going to be 25 in his first year. So that could be a good or a bad thing, but if he's there, this is me being a Michigan State fan too. Like if he's there, if he lights it up in March Madness, if he can add floor spacing to the Pistons and learn from Tobias Harris off the bench and insert him and get more comfortable for more minutes down the stretch, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But we'll see. Chilling at the halftime break here, guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the chat. Pistons 62, Brooklyn Nets 46. We kind of expected this, right? Like the Pistons were a 12.5-point favorite coming into this game, despite not having Cade or Asar. So I know it's the Nets, but anytime you're a double-digit favorite without two of your starters is a solid thing to talk about. The Knicks, that's right. The Knicks ended up with the pick. The Weaver didn't get it back because we traded Boyan. Okay, that sounds right, Gumby. Yeah, I couldn't remember who the team was that ended up getting our draft rights. But I think you're right. I think it was the Knicks. But yeah, I mean, you're in a very good spot, because coming into this season, comparing it to last season, right? You made the 6th seed. You took the Knicks to Game 6, a very hard-fought series. This year, I'm like, all right, don't get hurt and maybe get the 5 seed. The 4 or the 5 seed would be great. You make another solid attempt at the playoffs. You're not really trying to prove anything. You're still trying to figure out what this team has. Still continue to develop the core. And now we've learned a couple things where you're going to give Jalen Duren a max contract this offseason, and he's definitely deserved it. Cade's still our guy. But again, we need a guy that can get his own shot on the floor with Cade. And we're still looking for that. Because you look at the other teams around the league, right? Like Spurs, Castle, and Wemby with Fox and Wemby with like Castle on the side. You got the Nuggets, right? You got Joker and Jamal Murray, along with a side of Aaron Gordon. Who else? Luka and LeBron with the Lakers. Thunder, SGA, and Jalen Williams. Even like the Raptors, right? Like, there's if Jalen Duren could shoot threes, that'd be amazing, but he can't. So he's going to camp out in the paint to get all of his points, or he's going to catch it from the wing and then drive to the paint to get his shot. So you're looking for a guy, and again, it's hopefully a stretch 4 that's that can get you 15 points a game consistently to help Cade out. That's what you need. Yeah, after Tatum and Halliburton went down, yeah, I didn't really know what was going to happen with those two guys. I mean, Tatum came back. We'll see what happens with the Celtics. Are going to be a tough team, especially with Vucevic now. I think that was a really good trade at the deadline for Vucevic. He's a guy that can stretch the floor and can shoot threes along with Tatum and Brown. So you got Hauser that can shoot threes as well for the Celtics. Siakam would be sweet. Yeah, that was a guy when Langdon came here. I'm pretty sure Siakam signed his deal before we paid Tobias. That was a guy who I really wanted. Siakam's a stud, and then Siakam took him to the finals last year. I mean, Halliburton was a big factor in that, but Siakam played a big part too. But yeah, it's hard to find him. Stretch centers and stretch fours. We have Tobias, though, and we're thankful for Tobias. The only problem is how much longer does Tobias Harris have? And we don't really know that. I don't think Tatum was as important to the Celtics as people thought. I think when it comes to the playoffs, though, you're going to have two guys that, if they're both on fire, it's impossible to defend. And if one sucks, the other guy can step up. That's the problem, because you saw it with the Spurs. They dominated Cade. And when Cade is out of the game and he can only assist guys and he can't really score, who is the next option? Can Duren handle it? Can Duncan handle it? Can Asar... Like, are you really putting your eggs and faith in that basket? If it's not Cade, who is it that can go and consistently get a basket? And it's, I don't know if we're there yet. I love Duren. He's great. He's an all-star. He also thrives through Cade at the same time. A real problem is Trajan at the team, not on the same thinking page. Cade and Duren trying to win a ship. Trajan want to evaluate the team to make not crazy moves. Yeah. And again, it's the big debate about, like, go for it. If you're going to go for it, go for it. You can't be like, you can't put your foot in the water and say, all right, we're going to try. Like, you either have to fully submerge yourself in the water and go for it, or you just kind of back off and just kind of see if your core can take you there. But it's incredibly difficult to have a team that's primarily built through the draft. 80% of your team can take you to the finals, unless your name is Wemby, Jokic, you know, or Luka at the time with the Mavericks. So that if we got a second guy to go with, like a 15, I'm not even saying like a 20 points a game score, like a consistent 15, 16 points a game score that can shoot 35% from the 3-point line. A stretch four, or even a guard for that matter, because I don't know I don't know what to think about Duncan Robinson, right? Like, he's on a 3-year deal, but seeing him the majority of this season, he irritates me. It's like his job is to catch and shoot threes, but when he shoots, 20% one game and like 35% another game, and then he'll go like 1 for 7 in the first half another game. It's like, that's a guy that you could have instead it's tough with Duncan. He kind of, I don't know what the word is. We got him in free agency. He signed a 3-year deal. He struggled at first. He came alive the next couple of games. Then he kind of came back down to reality. But a lot of times Cade will kick it off to him, and then he'll either get swarmed on the 3-point line because opposing teams know he's going to stay on the 3-point line because that's what he's there for. And then if he gets swarmed, he like dishes it back out to somebody else. So it's tough. Yeah. Like I like Duncan as a player right now while we find someone later. And we kind of got screwed because of Beasley. Like, it was Beasley, then he had his whole thing off the floor, and then I feel like Trajan was kind of desperate and said, all right, who's left? Let's go get Duncan, you know? And I could be wrong. He might turn it up in the playoffs. Like he's had postseason success. But if you had a guy to go with Cade, and it sucks it wasn't Ivy. We were really banking on Ivy, and it didn't work out. You could have Duren, Cade, then you have your missing piece along with Asar. That would be crazy because you have a really good perimeter defender that's improving slowly on his offensive game. You got a big down below. You got your future MVP in Cade, and then you're looking for the guy that's like, who's going to be Cade's Robin when he's Batman on the floor? I would have rather had Hardaway, 1,000%. I think I would have kept Hardaway instead of Duncan. But maybe I'm wrong for that. I just think Hardaway was more... I like Hardaway's game a little bit more than Duncan, because it feels like with Duncan is like his only job is to shoot threes. At least with Hardaway, he gave you a little bit more than that. He could actually create somewhat of his own shot at times. But yeah, we'll see. And again, we're not really pressured to do anything yet, because this is a feel-it-out, prove-it year, and if so be it. If we made the Eastern Conference Finals, I don't think any Pistons fans are upset with that. We go to like Game 6 or Game 7, we lose, so be it. And then next year you can consider looking at, all right, let's go get a scorer to go with Cade with Duren and Asar on the floor. We're back from commercial break, though, guys, from the halftime break. It's exciting times, though. Pistons have a lot of options. They have a lot of different options this offseason. Jenkins has it. It's going to be fouled by the Nets. Out of bounds here for the Pistons. Second option to Cade will put this team in position to go all the way. If not, Cleveland can knock him off. It could be Sass or JB wants to put him in the box because of his size. Hardaway. Yeah. No, it's tough. I just Duncan frustrates me. He frustrates me a lot. Like here, Duncan catches and shoots from the left wing. He buries it. He heard me say that. 65-46 basketball game. Duncan has to average 12 to 13 points a night. Like for what we're paying him and what we got him to do, he's got to average 12 to 13 a night. Because if he doesn't, it's like, all right, who's gonna make threes and step up then? 11-18 left to play. And I wish he was more consistent is what I'm trying to say. Jenkins goes all the way to the rim, lays it up and in. 67-48 basketball game. Yeah, I wish he was more overall consistent with how he plays in the starting lineup. Foul away from the basketball. It's going to be Nets basketball underneath. 67-48. Yeah, well, the problem is with Tobias is he's a free agent this year, so you can't really trade him unless we paid him and then trade him at the deadline. We're going to have to make a decision on Tobias. I would personally pay him because it's like, who else are you going to get, at this point? Clowney puts up a three off the mark, boarded by Duren. Duren finds Jenkins on the right wing here. Jenkins has it. Working against Clowney. 10:38 left to play in the first half. Kicks it off to Duren, finds Duncan Robinson. Duncan lobs it up to JD, misses the slam. It's boarded, though, by Tobias. Tobias puts up a three. He knocks it down. 70-48 basketball game. What I like about Tobias is he can actually create his own shot. You've seen it on the post. He has a really good turnaround jump shot on the post, and he can knock down threes. Porter Jr. goes all the way to the rim, lays it up and in. The problem with Tobias, though, is he can't be consistent enough to get you 15 points a game. That's the only problem with Tobias. 10 minutes left to play in the second half. Third quarter. Duncan drives baseline, kicks it back out to Jenkins. Jenkins working against man. Jenkins has it, drives baseline, kicks it back out to Sasser. Sasser outside of Duncan to beat the shot clock, puts up a three. He buries it. All you gotta do is just talk smack about Duncan Robinson, and he knocks down back-to-back threes. That's all you gotta do. Schroeder I liked a lot, Gumby. That was a guy that I really wanted the Pistons to keep, but didn't work out. Traore with the basketball on the left wing here, kicks it across to Mann. Mann thought about a three working against Jenkins. Outside to Clowney against Tobias one-on-one at the top of the key. Clowney has it, drives inside, right-handed layup is off the mark. He gets fouled, though. Tobias fouls him, he's going to go to the free throw line. I do have a Duncan Robinson emote. There's Duncan. There he is. Yeah. It's a growth year with a lot of optimism and upside, but when we ran into a brick wall with the Spurs, who knows if we beat a healthy Cavalier team on the road. We didn't really get our matchup with the Thunder. Now we will see the Thunder at the end of the year. That'll be a really good game. Jimmy's going to be at that game. Jimmy Roberts show in the chat. I'm actually going to be trying to interview Jimmy live from the game at the halftime break. We're going to try and do that, depending on the reception there. 52-73 basketball game. Duncan hurt us. I guess so. We just have to keep, maybe he, I don't know, he sensed the vibe somewhere, and he's like, I have to knock down shots. But that, Duran lobs up underneath here. 75-52 basketball game. But you kind of get what I'm saying, though. Like Duncan he camps around the three-point line, so teams know that. So they crash and they wait for him to catch it. And it's like, all right, if he runs into a wall, he just passes it immediately because he can't really drive and pull up inside the paint. That's just not really his game. Porter goes all the way to the rim, 75-54. This team reminds me of the Thunder the year before they won it. They traded for Caruso, and that was their missing piece. Just a little further away, though. We don't have, or we have our SGA in chat. We're trying to find our Jay Williams. That's a good comparison. Tobias on the left wing here, working against Traore, kicks it back out to Jenkins. Jenkins against Claxton, finds Tobias, kicks it across to Duncan for three from the corner. In and out, no good. He gets fouled, though. And Duncan Robinson's going to go to the free throw line for 3 free throws. So he's knocked down 2 threes so far in the third quarter, and he's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 3 free throws. Yeah, no, that's a pretty good comparison. Yeah, I wish Duran could shoot threes. Oh, I wish he could shoot threes. That's all right. I don't think he needs to, though. But the reason, so if he could shoot threes, you wouldn't really be in a desperate situation to get Cade his Robin to his Batman. But because he can't shoot threes, it's like, all right, now you kind of have to find someone to take the pressure off him. And we'll see in the playoffs if it comes true or not. Because you know what the game plan's going to be. The game plan, stop Cade Cunningham. If they do that, it's like somebody else better help him out. Duncan Robinson misses the second free throw. Third free throw on the way, 77-54. It's like there's stretch fours that can shoot everything on the floor, and then there's guys that literally are only on the team to shoot threes, and they camp out at the three-point line. So teams expect it. Because if they try and drive and pull up, it's just not really going to work for them. 8:02 left to play in the third quarter. Porter Jr. finds Claxton inside here, looking at Zaire Williams. Williams drives inside, puts up a shot over Jenkins, draws the foul. 23-point basketball game. We kind of expected this over the Pistons against the Nets. Yeah, Decker left the Lions. It was weird because, like, he said he was full steam ahead for his 11th season, and then the other day he's like, yeah, I want to be released because of a contract negotiation. Which is fair. Like, I don't think Decker was really deserving of an extension, as much as he was a good player. Like, he had his injury issues, and he just wasn't really that good last year, I don't think. So Lions have a lot of work to do this offseason. Sewell is basically the only guy left on that O-line. Because you got rid of Glasgow, you got rid of Decker. We have no idea who's playing center this year. 7:54 left to play in the third quarter. Nets knocked down the free throw, 77-56. Jenkins, Tobias, Duren leading the way here for the Pistons, along with Duncan Robinson and Sasser. Jenkins drives inside here, kicks it back out to Sasser, finds Sasser on the right wing here. Sasser, step back three for Sasser is off the mark. It's going to be last touch by Jenkins, and the Nets get it back. Yeah, Max Crosby to the Ravens. That was a crazy move. Which kind of sucks because now that tells me they're not keeping their center, or they're probably going to re-sign their center, Lindenbaugh. I forgot his name. On the Ravens. Claxton drives inside here. Shot is off the mark. Duren in transition here goes to his right against the Brooklyn Nets, puts up a shot, draws the foul, and Jalen Duren's going to go to the free throw line. He wanted to be paid for full time for being played as a part-time guy. Yeah, that's a pretty good analysis. I think that's pretty fair for Decker. And Decker was a solid player, like 10 years with us. Like he was good, but then when you saw the last couple of years, he wasn't the same. Like Goff was struggling. I would really like to move Panay to left tackle. I think Panay to protect Goff's blind side would be just insane. But we'll see. 77-56 basketball game. We're going to a commercial break. Center, left tackle, left guard, second string RB if Vake doesn't work, and then a corner and edge. Yeah, because it sucks too, because you got the whole Terrion Arnold situation. Then you got Kirby Joseph. Who knows if he's ever going to play football again. And then Branch tore his Achilles. It's just a mess. It's like Lions, I've never seen more of a injury-prone team in my life than the Lions. So, should be interesting. Scooble's going for the World Baseball Classic tonight, so that'll be pretty cool. Just excited to see him watch him pitch against Great Britain tonight. Great Britain. 77-56 basketball game. Pistons up by 21. Yeah, the Pistons have a lot of options that they can go with this offseason, because if they pay Tobias, I think you should. And Tobias is an underrated reason why the Pistons are where they are right now. That was the first move that Trajan Langdon made when he got here, is he went out and he got K to stretch four. He can knock down shots. He has a post game. He can create his own shot. He's just not really consistent enough to average like 15 points points per game. So we shall see. If we miss the playoffs next year and the Bears in the Super Bowl, yeah, and that probably is going to happen. Great Britain is a baseball powerhouse. They are a powerhouse. Yeah, he's probably going to go to the Dodgers or the Yankees or the Mets. It sucks. It's just, I don't know. It's stupid because he earned it. But at the end of the day, I understand why they won't give a guy $400 million for somebody that pitches once every 5 games. So it is justified. It just sucks, though, because he's probably going to leave us. 77-56 basketball game. Brooklyn Nets are challenging this year. They actually wanted to see who this, or if it was a foul or not on Claxton. It looks like the call is overturned. So the Nets win the challenge here. So they're going to get the basketball back. 77-56 basketball game. Nets at the top of the key here, looking to make something happen. Claxton has it. Looking to find Porter Jr. down below here. Turnaround shot for Porter is off the mark. Tobias grabs the rebound. Tobias in transition on the left wing here against Williams. Looking to post him up on the left block here. Tobias Harris with the basketball. Goes to his left, kicks it back out. It's going to be, I think they're going to get a 3-second violation for the Pistons there. So it's a turnover. Nets are going to get it back. Pistons 77, Nets 56. Clowney has it, kicks it back out to Danny Wolf. Danny Wolf puts up a mid-range jump shot. It's off the mark, boarded by Jalen Duren. Duren has it at the top of the key here, looking to make a move against the Nets. Duren has it, goes to his right inside here. Right-handed layup is blocked by Clowney. Claxton. Williams has it, goes to the rim, poked away by Jenkins. Duncan Robinson has it on the right wing here, thought about a three, kicks it back off to Jenkins. Jenkins drives all the way to the paint. Left-handed layup is off the mark. It's going to be Nets basketball. They do need a salary cap bad. It's absurd that they don't. Yeah, and then they got that whole lockout scheduled for next year, so we'll see if if it's delayed. Usually those things get settled in time, but yeah, we'll see. Porter Jr. catches it from Wolf. Turnaround shot is no good. Gets it back from Williams. Goes to the paint. Puts up a shot. It's off the mark. Porter Jr., though, is going to go to the free throw line. American Shadows, welcome to the stream, buddy. Glad you're with us. Welcome, welcome. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. It helps me out. Welcome to the party, folks. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic Saturday night. Pistons have a back-to-back. They play the Miami Heat tomorrow. It's another 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tip-off, so I'll be doing that game as well. Porter Jr. knocks down the free throw. He's got 18 points tonight. You got a couple substitutions in here for the Nets. Porter Jr. knocks down both free throws. Pistons basketball, kick it back out to Jenkins. Jenkins finds Duncan Robinson on the right wing here, back off to Jenkins, working against Williams. Sasser sets the screen, rolls off it. Duren helps him out. Jenkins trying to find it to Duren. Bad pass stolen away by Clowney. Clowney working inside here. Left-handed layup is good. 77-60 basketball game. Pistons up by 17. 5:25 left to play in the third quarter. Jenkins has it on the left wing here against Williams. Jenkins looks like he's going to get called against the foul against Williams. It's going to be Pistons basketball out of bounds. Nets are in the bonus. Tobias Harris checks out of the game. Or checks, goes to the sidelines. Karis LeVert steps on the floor here, takes out Dennis Jenkins. Pistons have not made a shot in the last 3 minutes or so. Pistons 77, Brooklyn Nets 60. Sasser on the right wing here, looking to put up a three. Sasser in and out, no good, boarded by Jalen Duren. Duren, right-handed shot is off the mark, boarded by Porter. Porter in transition here, looking to set something up for the Brooklyn Nets, working against Isaiah Stewart. At the top of the key here, finds Obagi down below. Obagi has it, goes to his right, inside against Duncan, kicks it out to Danny Wolf. Porter Jr. has it, goes to his left, inside, Euro step, kicks it back out. Intercepted by Sasser. Sasser has it, finds Karis LeVert. LeVert kicks it back out to Sasser, finds Beef Stew. Beef Stew puts up a three. He knocks it down. 8-60 basketball game, or 80-60 basketball game, excuse me. Pistons up by 20. Ron Holland's going to be checking into this game here. Porter Jr. has it. Kicks it back out to his teammate. Finds it again from the right wing for three. Off the mark, Danny Wolf for the rebound. Puts it back up and in. Cade is dealing with a quad injury, so it shouldn't be anything serious. He should be fine for tomorrow's game. Jalen Duren at the top of the key here. Working against the Brooklyn Nets defense, finds Karis LeVert. He puts up a three. It's off the mark, boarded by Porter. Porter Jr. finds Danny Wolf in transition, off to Williams. Williams left wide open for three. He knocks it down. Back to a 15-point game. Nets aren't going anywhere yet. Porter's got 19 points. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Hope you guys are all doing fantastic. Going to a commercial break here. Still looking to put the pedal to the metal. Can't let the Nets come back into this game. I mean, the Spurs came back down 20 against the Clippers last night. And the last thing you want to have happen is teams get hot from the three-point line, you let them back into the game. especially because we have a back-to-back tomorrow against the Heat. So you're looking for a little bit of a confidence builder coming off a, 2-game losing streak basically to the Cavs and the Spurs. Two finals contending teams this year. The Cavaliers are going to be a tough out in the Eastern Conference. Spurs might make the finals. The only problem with the Spurs is I feel like, again, it's Wemby or nobody leading the way with like spacing wise, because a lot of teams prepare for that. And if Wemby's out, it's like, okay, who takes the shot then? Is it Fox or Castle or Vassell? I mean, the same case goes for Cade. You have other guys step up for the Pistons off the bench when like our whole starting unit was missing basically the first couple weeks of the season. And then the emergence of Paul Reed and Dennis Jenkins came to fruition, which is great to see. So, yeah, you can't relax. An NBA team is an NBA team. And these guys are in the NBA for a reason. They can knock down shots. And, again, nobody's safe right now. Magic beat the Timberwolves by like 27 points earlier today. Wow. Clowney for one more three. There you go. A few seasons ago when the Pistons played the Nets in Brooklyn, there was a coach bust to the game. Fell through the roof. Oh, I remember that. And they had to take the subway train. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. He had the whole Pistons team like on the subway train with like a bunch of random New Yorkers. I do remember that. 80-65 basketball game. Pistons up by 15. We're getting back from a commercial break. Yeah, I wonder how that works with like athletes, right? Like, do they have their own security that walks with them in public? I mean, they probably get everything delivered to their house if they need something from the grocery store. But yeah, I wonder what the level of security goes to. I mean, I think LeBron probably has someone like Shaq, like the really big name guys. But I wonder, like would Karis LeVert like be bothered in public if he was just walking the public sidewalk? 80-65 basketball game. Pistons up by 15. On the left wing here, Stewart sets the screen for LeVert. LeVert rolls off it. Finds Holland. Holland thought about a jump shot. Stolen away here by the Nets. Nets on the right wing here finds Wolf inside. It's going to be poked away by Karis LeVert. Last touch by the Brooklyn Nets. Pistons basketball. Yeah, like the levels of security outside of the arena. Like what happens? What's up, Savage? Holland has it, kicks it back off to Sasser, finds Isaiah Stewart on the right wing. Stewart looking at Holland, off to Sasser. Sasser has it, finds Holland again. Holland drives to his right. Shot is blocked. It's going to be picked up by Danny Wolf. Wolf in transition against Tobias Harris goes all the way to the rim. Left-handed layup is good. 13-point game. 2:55 left to play in the third quarter. Karis LeVert has it, working against Danny Wolf. Offside to Tobias Harris. Tobias kicks it across to Karis LeVert against Wolf. Stewart sets the screen. LeVert rolls off it. Finds Ron Holland left wide open for three. He takes it. He misses it. It's boarded by Porter Jr. Porter Jr. on the right wing here. Off to Wolf. Wolf has it. Working against LeVert. Goes to his left. Inside here. Kicks it back out. For three is off the mark. Porter there's for the rebound. Puts it back up and in. Folks, we have an 11-point basketball game here. Nets on a 15-3 run. 2:18 left to play. What's up, Biz? Like and subscribe if you guys are new. Porter Jr.'s got 21 points. Sasser has it, working against Williams on the right wing here. Finds Tobias Harris down low against Danny Wolf. Tobias has it, goes to his right, drives baseline. Trapped by the Nets, kicks it back out to Holland. Holland... What is the call there? Did he turn it over, or are they going to call a foul there? I think it's just going to be poked away by the Nets. The Nets bench screamed, saying it was like off Holland. They're not going to get the reaction call, though. Herter checks into the game. Pistons have the Miami Heat tomorrow night for a back-to-back. Tune into that. Herter looking to inbound here, finds Karis LeVert. LeVert gets it, working against the Nets defense, off to Jenkins, working against Williams. Jenkins puts up a three, off the mark, boarded by the Nets. Nets, if they score here, it's a single-digit deficit. Danny Wolf finds Porter Jr. driving baseline. Porter Jr. puts up a shot, misses it, gets his own rebound though. Shot is off the mark, boarded by Jenkins. Jenkins kicks it off to Herter. Herter finds Beef Stew backdoor. Williams fouls Stewart, and Stewart's going to go to the free throw line. Couldn't imagine Cade always have security with him in public, but like LeBron has, yeah, or Shaq, yeah. Like the giant names, yeah, it's... I wonder. You think Cade like goes to Walmart in the middle of the night if he needs something? Stewart, free throw on the way is up and in. The problem is, though, these guys are, like, on the road, like, all the time during the season. But, yeah, like, in the off-season, you know, I wonder if they got somebody with them. They probably very rarely go out by themselves. They usually have, you know, probably their friends with them or, yeah, an acquaintance. You get a security guard with them. 82-69 basketball game. Pistons up by 13. Nets have it underneath here. Clowney working against Herter. Clowney has it. It's going to be Nets basketball. Good defense from Herter. They have entourages. Pistons 82, Nets 69. All right. Nets looking to inbound this pass here. Karis LeVert intercepts it, finds Jenkins upside to Kevin Herter, all the way for a fast break slam for Kevin Herter. Red Velvet, 84-69 basketball game. Pistons up by 15. Williams has it, working against Herter on the left wing. Williams finds Wolf. Wolf has it against LeVert on the right wing here. Wolf kicks it across here to his teammate inside two. Sharp puts it up and in. 84-71 basketball game. You think he's going to play the fourth? He might. It depends on how the score goes. 51 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Stewart has it, finds Karis LeVert. LeVert working against Sharp on the right wing here. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Drives baseline, kicks it back out. Stolen away, though, by Sharp. Sharp tries to keep it in bounds here. It's going to be last touch, though, I think, by Sharp. Unless that ball touched the out of bounds first before he touched it. Now they're going to say it was last touch by Sharp. Red Velvet. Love to see it. Kevin Herter looking to pass this one in here for the Pistons. Herter has it. At the top of the key here, finds Beef Stew. Off to Herter. Herter, 2 seconds on the shot clock. Has to take a tough contested three. It's off the mark. Shot clock violation. Pistons turn it over. Pistons 84, Brooklyn Nets 71. Both teams are in the bonus. Claxton checks back into the game here for the Brooklyn Nets. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. Welcome to the party. Danny Wolf has it on the right wing here against the Pistons. Wolf drives inside of the baseline. Shot is off the mark. He does draw the foul, though. Wolf's going to go to the free throw line. Every Pistons star has 11 points except Sasser, who has 8. Interesting. All right, so Wolf can cut it down to 11 here. Wolf, free throw on the way is up and in. Wolf had an interesting path. He was on Yale, and then Yale made like a little bit of a March Madness run. They upset somebody in the first round. I forgot who it was, and then transferred to Michigan, and then ends up on the Brooklyn Nets. Knocks down both free throws. 84-73 basketball game. 25 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Jenkins on the right wing here working against the Nets. 15 seconds left on the in the game clock. Jenkins has it, asking for some help. Stewart sets the screen. He rolls off it, switches off to Clowney, finds Kevin Herter. Herter drives baseline inside for the floater, is off the mark. Nets come up with it, 5 seconds. Williams has it, has to get a shot off against LeVert. He does from beyond the arc, in and out, no good. And that is a 11-point deficit the Nets face going to the fourth quarter. Pistons need to make some shots. Yeah, the Nets went on a little bit of a run there. So, something to kind of monitor heading into the fourth quarter. I think we'll be fine, though. Huge shout out again to Chaps for becoming a member as well, guys. Like I said, if you guys want to help support the shows, want to get the cool custom emotes and loyalty badges, it's in the description of the stream. It's also in the comment section. What's going on? Neil. There we are. Good deal, folks. Pistons 84, Brooklyn Nets 73 on a Saturday night in the Motor City. Some stats for the Pistons. We have 45% from the three-point line. Pretty good. Despite not having Kate or Asar. Nets are 26%. Porter's leading the way with 21 points. Williams is 15 off the bench. Yeah, everybody for the Pistons starters is 11 points. Except Sass, who's got 8. Herter, 7. I would like to see maybe a Chaz Lanier signing. Or a Chaz Lanier sighting. Hopefully in the fourth quarter, so we'll see. Tiger Baseball. It should be a fun season. I think this is our last chance with Scooble. Because Scooble is probably going to sign a crazy deal with a team out west. And this is the last year we're probably going to have him. So, pedal to the metal. We'll see if we do anything at the trade deadline. But yeah, I think you got one of the best rotations in baseball. Right? Framber Valdez, Tarek Skubal, with like Mize as your 3, JV as your 4th, and then like between like Troy Melton or maybe even Jackson Jobe comes back halfway through the season. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I hope the bats, though, can be productive. The bats were really good before the All-Star break last year, and then they were ice cold after the All-Star break. So we'll see. It should be a fun season, though. Should be a fun season. $84-73 basketball game. Pistons up by 11. All right, we're going to the fourth quarter, folks. Wolf has it at the top of the key, finds Clowney. Clowney off to Williams. Williams finds Wolf backdoor against Ron Holland. Wolf has it, 5 seconds on the shot clock, finds Williams, puts up a 3 off the mark, no good, boarded by Stewart. Jenkins in transition here against Clowney. Stewart sets the screen. Jenkins rolls off it, finds Holland. Jenkins, one-on-one against Wolf, finds Kevin Herter. Herter against Claxton, finds Jenkins on the right wing. Jenkins drives inside to Ron Holland, puts up a nice layup up and in. 86-73 basketball game. 11:10 left to play in the fourth quarter. Brooklyn Nets have it, kicks it back out to Claxton. Claxton against Beach Stew underneath. Claxton has it, goes to his right, working against Kevin Herter. Puts up a floater, is off the mark, boarded by the Pistons. Tobias Harris on the right wing here against Clowney. Tobias looking to back down Clowney, kicks it back out to Jenkins. Kevin Herter sets the screen, rolls off it, finds Tobias. Tobias drives inside here. Shot is up and in. Count the bucket and the foul for Uncle T. Tobias Harris going to work. Love to see it. Love to see it. $88-73 basketball game. Pistons up by 15. Tobias at the free throw line. Free throw on the way is up and in. Completes a three-point play. Look at Uncle T shine in front of our very eyes. Absolute madman. Nets have it at the top of the key. Finds Clowney working against Herter. Clowney drives inside. Shot is off the mark. Boarded by Tobias. Tobias off to Dennis Jenkins. Jenkins has it on the left wing against Claxton. Finds Beef Stew backdoor. Is fouled by Man. And Beef Stew's going to go to the free throw line. Love to see it. (89-73) basketball game. Pistons up by 16, looking to close this one out here. Beef Stew at the free throw line. Free throw on the way is up and in. 90-73 basketball game. We got a timeout by the Pistons. And I'm sorry, the Nets take a timeout. I gotta get these timeouts right. They've used 4 timeouts. Pistons have 3. All right. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the show, folks. Welcome in. Alrighty. Swapping out laptops. This one's going to die. I got to transition to my other one. All right. Good to go. Perfect. Yes, I did. Beef Stew. That is Isaiah Stewart's nickname. It's also fun to say. You need 13 points from Duren. Interesting. Tobias with 14 points. Leading the Pistons in scoring. He also has 10 boards. Porter's got 21 points, 11 boards. Long way to go. Pistons are in the middle of a second free throw. Stewart still has to take a second free throw shot. Pistons again play the Nets on Tuesday. What's going on, Weeping? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, we definitely needed this one after the last 2 losses for sure. Try to get our confidence back. Duren going back in. I don't know if Duren's going to check back in or not. I mean, you're up 17 with 10 minutes left. I would imagine Beef Stew can hold down the fort, but we'll see. If they close the gap, he might check back in or not. That's the only problem with, like, if you play fantasy basketball, is because, like, you're hoping for, like, a close game, basically, because if it's a blowout, basically the starters come out of the fourth quarter. Yeah, doing pretty good, Weeping. Having a solid night, as expected here. Pistons up 17. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the show. Yeah, I think the right move is to sit JD. JD was kind of dealing with a little bit of an injury himself when he checked into this game. Wasn't really sure if he was going to play or not. I forgot exactly the extent of what he was dealing with, but you're going to need him tomorrow. 90-73 basketball game. Pistons up by 17. Coming back from commercial break, Stewart. Free throw on the way is off the mark, boarded by Porter Jr. 10:15 left to play in the fourth quarter. Man has it at the top of the key. Porter looking to set the screen here. Rolls off it. Finds Claxton. Claxton working against Beef Stew. Claxton finds Clowney down below here. Puts up a shot off the mark. He's going to go to the free throw line, followed by Ron Holland. Yeah, if they get it down to like underneath 10, he would probably check in. But if they can continue to lead above 15 points, I don't see him coming back in or not. Nets at the free throw line. Clowney, free throw on the way. It is up and in. 16-point basketball game, 90-74. Yeah, Paul Reed and Jalen Duren sitting on the sidelines. Duren's getting comfortable there. 10:03 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. Hopefully you guys are all doing fantastic. Clowney, second free throw on the way. It is up and in. 15-point basketball game. Sasser with 5 steals tonight. That's awesome. Holland on the right wing here finds Jenkins. Jenkins looking to set something up. Direct traffic finds Isaiah Stewart. Finds Jenkins on the right wing here. Jenkins kicks it back out to Holland. Offside to Javonte Green. Javonte Green misses a 3. Last touch by the Brooklyn Nets. Going to be Pistons basketball. The ref had to get a confirmation on that one. Yeah, Sasser's playing well tonight. I'm glad to see him getting minutes, you know, because he deserves it. Oh, nice, Gumby. Yeah, I'm going to have to turn that game on as soon as the Pistons one's over with. 9:35 left to play in the fourth quarter. Jenkins on the left wing here. Turnaround shot for Jenkins is off the mark. Boarded by Clowney. Off to Terrence Mann. Mann drives inside here, kicks it back out to Clowney. Clowney goes to his left. Inside here, runs into a wall against Stewart. Clowney puts it up over Stewart. Count the bucket for Clowney. 90-77 basketball game, and it looked like somebody just got a tech. Clowney just picked up a technical foul. Thought he should have gotten fouled, and instead, the turntables turn, and he picks up a technical foul instead. Yeah, Cade is absent tonight, so Jenkins had to get the starting point guard spot. Kevin Huerter knocks down the technical foul free throw. He had to have it, too, because he wasn't playing too well the past couple of games. Yeah, 9 assists is pretty good. He's having a solid night. I mean, again, backup point guard. I mean, we need him to do this, though, with Cade on the floor on a night-to-night basis. Kevin Huerter finds Beef Stew on the right wing here. Stewart going to work here against Claxton. Finds Javonte Green. Green goes to his right. Inside here, left-handed hook shot is off the mark, boarded by the Nets. Claxton has it for Brooklyn in transition here. Goes at Beef Stew to his right. Shot is blocked by Stewart. Now they're going to say it was last touched by the Pistons. I think it should be Nets basketball underneath. It was kind of a weird way the ball landed on the floor there. Yeah, it looked like Stewart grabbed Claxton on his arm. 8:42 left to play in the fourth quarter. They're not going to call it, though. Pistons got away with a foul there. Yeah, 46% from the field all around. Or from the three-point line is pretty good. First pitch, Scuba gave up a home run. Wow, that's interesting. 8:41 left to play in the fourth quarter. Pistons 91, Brooklyn 77. Anytime you can shoot 40% or better as a team is pretty good from beyond the arc. Williams draws a foul underneath against Holland. Williams is going to go to the free throw line. (91-77) basketball game. Holland picks up the foul. Williams is at the free throw line. Zaire Williams having himself a solid night so far. 15 points, 3 boards off the bench. Nets put up the free throw. Knocks it down. Asar looking on from the sidelines. Hopefully Asar can get back healthy soon. Pistons up 13 against the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, spring training, I don't think you can really look too much into it. I mean, McGonagall looks really good, though. I hope McGonagall makes the team. If not, he'll probably make it later in the year or definitely next year. Marcus Sasser finds Duncan Robinson. Sasser comes up with it on the right wing here, looking to set something up. Sasser finds Devontae Green, working against Williams. He draws the foul. It's going to be a loose ball foul against the Brooklyn Nets on Williams. So Pistons basketball underneath here. It's just so funny. It's like you got the handful of degenerates that just find my stream because Duran is a couple points away from hitting me over. It's funny how that pans out. It's like they look at their ticket and they're like, okay, who do I need left on my parlay? Oh, it's Jalen Duran. Let's see if I can find the stream somewhere. It's like it's happened a couple times so far. I think the last time was against the Kings with Westbrook. Porter Jr. underneath here to Claxton. Claxton against Stewart. Left-handed layup is off the mark. Stewart grabs the board. Sasser on the right wing here. 7:58 left to play in the fourth quarter. Sasser has it. Drives inside here. Kicks it back out to Holland. Holland has it. Drives baseline. Holland. Left-handed layup is off the mark. Porter grabs the board. Porter Jr. gets fouled by Ron Holland. I don't know if I agree with that call. Holland was just kind of running out of his way, and Porter kind of tripped over him. Holland picks up a foul here. Oh, come on. That's not a foul on Ron Holland. That's not a foul. Holland was going around Porter Jr., and Porter literally fell over his own foot. That's not a foul. Appreciate you stopping in, though, guys. Hopefully it hits for you guys. I'm not a guy that partakes in that, but if it helps you guys out, I hope he comes in. There's Jalen Duran. He steps on the floor. Duran is in the basketball game now. Man has it against Sasser at the top of the key here. Porter Jr. looking for a screen. Outside here for the Nets. Nets find Porter Jr. backdoor. Right-handed layup is up and in. 91-81 basketball game. 7:25 left to play in the fourth quarter. They're going to call Terrence Mann for a loose ball foul as soon as he made that shot. All right, who's our victims? Trouble, just regular dude. Membry. Oh, brother. Sasser at the top of the key here. Williams picks up a loose ball foul now. Both teams are in the bonus. Pistons up by 10. 7:23 left to play in the fourth quarter. Duncan Robinson's going to go to the free throw line. So Duncan makes the first free throw. 92-81. Jenkins, 11 points, 9 assists. Sasser, 8 points, 4 assists. Decent, solid production from the backcourt. Yeah, the refs have been very suspicious in the fourth quarter here. 93-81. Especially Porter Jr. on that. Like, there's no way Holland fouled Porter Jr. Like, he literally tripped over his own foot, and they called it on Holland. Porter Jr. picks up a three, banks it up and in. Tough shot from Porter Jr., knocks it down. 9-point basketball game. 7:05 left to play in the fourth quarter. Sasser finds Devontae Green. Back to Sasser. Finds Duncan Robinson. Swings it around to Tobias. Tobias in and out. No good. Here come the Nets. Clowney working against Duncan Robinson. Down below here. Left-handed shot is off the mark. Boarded by Jalen Duran. Upside to Marcus Sasser. Sasser has it at the top of the key. Goes to his right against Williams. Mid-range jump shot is off the mark. Duran's there for the rebound. Duran misses the shot, but Duran's going to go to the free throw line. Like the live stream. Subscribe if you guys are new. It's free. Helps out the shows. Duran has 11 points, 12 boards, 2 assists, 3 blocks. Pistons, again, have a back-to-back. They play the Miami Heat tomorrow night. I'll be on the call for that as well, guys. Again, shout out to Chaps for becoming a member tonight. Chaps is the man. Shout out to all the members on the roster. Appreciate you guys. Duren knocks it down, 94-84. Danny Wolf checks into the game here for the Nets. Pistons at the free throw line. Duren made the first free throw, going for the second one. Thanks, Trouble. Duren, free throw on the way. It is up and in. He knocks down both free throws. He's got 13 points. What is his over-under? 13.5. You need one more, is it? Man finds Porter Jr. On the left wing goes man against Javonte Green. Kicks it back out for three for the Nets. They knock it down. Huge time shot from the Brooklyn Nets right there. Sharp buries a three. It's an 8-point game. 6:10 left to play in the fourth quarter. Duncan Robinson off to Tobias Harris. Tobias has it on the left wing here. Working against Williams. Tobias trying to back down Williams in the left block here. Tobias turnaround shot is good. A huge time shot for Tobias Harris there. 97-87. Nats drive all the way to the rim. Lays it up and in. Nice drive from Man. 8-point game. 5:40 left to play in the fourth quarter. Both teams are in the bonus. Duren at the top of the key finds Duncan Robinson inside of Duren. Duren drives to the paint, puts it up and in. Tough shot from Jalen Duren. He wanted a foul. He's not going to get it. On the floor for the Pistons, you got Sasser, Duren, Tobias, Duncan, and Javonte Green. Sharp has it. Top of the key, finds Porter Jr. Down below to Sharp. Backdoor find a Danny Wolf. Danny Wolf draws the foul. Wolf's going to the free throw line. 99-89 basketball game. Danny Wolf's going to try and make it an 8-point game again. Shout out to the Nets. They're making it a competitive game down the stretch here. Danny Wolf, free throw on the way, knocks it down. Jenkins checks into the game here for the Pistons. Pistons 99, Brooklyn 90. 5:13 left to play in the fourth quarter. Nets have 3 timeouts. Pistons have 3 timeouts. Wolf knocks down the free throws. 8-point basketball game again. 5:13 left to play in the fourth quarter. Duren's got 15 points, 12 boards. Jenkins on the left wing here finds Man, or working against Man, I should say. Duren sets the screen. Jenkins rolls off. It finds Duncan Robinson. Upside to Jalen Duren. Duren underneath the rim. Shot is off the mark. Pinballs around to Duncan Robinson. Backdoor find to Javonte Green. He misses the dunk point blank. It's rebounded by Man. Man drives all the way to the rim. Right-handed layup is off the mark. Sharp is there to put it back up and in, though. It's a 6-point basketball game. 4:40 left to play in the fourth quarter. Jenkins crosses half court here against Man. Jenkins looking to set something up here. Finds Tobias Harris. Tobias looking to back down MPJ. On the left block. Tobias turnaround shot is good. What a shot for Tobias Harris there. 101-93. 4:15 left to play in the fourth quarter. Man finds Sharp, tries to get it to Porter Jr. down below. They're going to call a foul on Javonte Green, and Porter Jr. is going to go to the free throw line. That's a big-time shot from Tobias right there. Against MPJ, fading away, driving baseline to beat the shot clock. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. Appreciate you all tuning in. Porter Jr. knocks down the first free throw. 7-point game with 4 minutes left. Porter Jr. at the free throw line, looking to knock down both these free throws. Does so. 6-point game. 4:12 left to play in the fourth quarter. Jenkins at the top of the key, working against man. Tobias sets the screen. Jenkins rolls off it against Danny Wolf at the top of the key. Finds Tobias Harris. Tobias, turnaround shot is off the mark. It is boarded by Javonte Green. Green finds Tobias out to Duncan Robinson. Thought about a three. Drives inside. Finds Duren underneath for the layup. 103-95. 3:40 left to play in the fourth quarter. What's up, Marcus? Appreciate you stopping in. Williams finds Sharp underneath here, out to MPJ. He puts up a three. That's off the mark. It's going to be boarded by Sharp. Sharp puts it back up and in. Back to a 6-point game. 103-97. 3:20 left to play in the fourth quarter. Jenkins at the top of the key. Pistons had a 23-point lead in the third quarter. Jenkins, bad pass, throws it away. And the Nets get the basketball down 6 with 3 minutes left here. Oh, man. We got to close this one out, folks. Man has it against Jenkins at the top of the key here. Looking to set up the offense. Finds Sharp against Javonte Green. Out to Porter Jr. against Duren. Porter Jr. has it. Pinballs around to Sharp. Sharp drives inside. Puts it up and in. It is a 4-point basketball game. 2:50 left to play in the fourth quarter. Jenkins has it at the top of the key, working against Danny Wolf. I'm surprised JB has not called a timeout. Duren underneath to Tobias. It's a bad pass. It's a foul against the Pistons. It's an offensive foul against Tobias Harris, and the Nets are going to get it back here. They're going to call a foul against Tobias. He pushed Zaire Williams. Now they finally call a timeout. Pistons are up 4 with 2:40 left to play in the fourth quarter. The Pistons looked like they were running away with this in the third, up 23. And now you have a basketball game. You saw it happen last night with the Clippers and Spurs. The Spurs were down 20 at the half, and they came all the way back and won. If I'm the Pistons, you have to close out this basketball game. You got a back-to-back tomorrow with the Miami Heat. You're trying to avoid a 3-game losing streak. And you also have to protect home court. So, this is a game where the Pistons have to have. 103.99 in a commercial break. If you guys are new to the stream, like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the show. We're going to be also doing the Miami Heat Pistons basketball game tomorrow night. It's about a 6 p.m. Eastern tip-off. Nets were 19-1. Wow. No Asar Thompson, no Kay Cunningham in this basketball game. Pistons have had to kind of adapt to that, mixing a lot of different guys in the rotation. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. Locked away for 5 minutes, and this happens. We need somebody to knock down some shots. Tobias has made some couple big-time shots here to keep us still above 4 with a 4-point lead. What's up, Ethan? It's anybody's game. It is anyone's game right now. Pistons have the ball. I'm sorry. The Nets have the basketball. Because Tobias, he pushed off Zaire Williams, and then they called the timeout. So it's going to be Nets basketball here. 2:40 left to play in the fourth quarter. Pistons 103, Brooklyn 99. This is crunch time. Can the Pistons close out this game? They were up 23 points in the third quarter. Not too long ago. And now you're in jeopardy of a ginormous collapse. All right, Pistons and Nets back from commercial break. It is Nets basketball. If they score here, it is a one-possession game. Man has it off to Sharp at the top of the key against Jalen Duren. looking to set up the offense here. Sharp has it, finds man against Jenkins. Man with the basketball out to Danny Wolf. Wolf has it, finds man against Jenkins. 2:20 left to play. 4 seconds in the shot clock. Kicks it off to Williams. Williams puts up a three. He buries it. We have a 1-point basketball game. Pistons 103, Brooklyn Nets 102. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the show, folks. We got a good one here. 2 minutes left to play in regulation. Dennis Jenkins on the right wing here against man. Off to Duncan Robinson. Duncan working against Sharp at the top of the key. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Jenkins has it. Goes to his right. Inside here. Pass is deflected by MPJ. It goes last touched off of his hand. The Nets are on a 7-0 run here. The Pistons are going to have about 1.5 seconds on the shot clock here. Pistons 103, Brooklyn Nets 102. This game just got way more interesting. You're going to have Jenkins inbounding here, out of bounds. Jenkins looking for the open man here. Finds Duren backdoor. It is blocked by the Nets, and the Nets are going to force a shot clock violation. Holy molasses, folks. Don't go anywhere. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you guys are all doing fantastic. Pistons 103, Brooklyn 102. Nets basketball at the top of the key against Jenkins. One-on-one here. Man has it, finds Sharp. Off to Porter Jr. Porter Jr. puts up a three. It's off the mark. Wolf has the rebound, kicks it back out to Williams. Williams tries a three. He buries it. And the Pistons are down 2 with 1:20 left to play in the fourth quarter. Unbelievable comeback by the Brooklyn Nets. Jenkins at the top of the key. Looking to set something up here. Kicks it back out to Javonte Green. Finds Duncan Robinson for three. It is off the mark. Man grabs the rebound. Nets on a 10-0 run here. 1:03 left to play in the fourth quarter. Man against Jenkins one-on-one. Finds Sharp against Jalen Duren at the top of the key. Under a minute left to play in the fourth quarter. Sharp has it. Finds MPJ backdoor. MPJ misses the layup. He does get called for the foul, though, against Duncan Robinson. And MPJ is going to go to the free throw line. Pistons were up 23 points in the third quarter. Unbelievable collapse by this Pistons team here. MPJ is going to go to the free throw line to give the Nets a possible 4-point lead here. MPJ knocks down the free throw. It's an 11-0 run by the Nets. Unbelievable collapse. Nets 106, Pistons 103. MPJ at the free throw line to give the Nets a 2-possession game here. He does 107, 103. JB Bickerstaff takes a timeout. Unbelievable. Pistons were up 23 points over the Brooklyn Nets halfway through the third quarter, and now they find themselves down 4 under a minute. This was pretty much over. In the third quarter, I was on cruise control, and then here come the Brooklyn Nets out of nowhere. They go on an 11-0 run. They cut it down to 10, then they cut it down to 5, then to 4, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, the Nets are up 4. Unbelievable. Like the live stream, subscribe if you guys are new. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Let's see if the Pistons can respond here. This is an absolute must-score possession here for Detroit. If they don't score here, this game is over. I mean, you're at 53 seconds right now. The Pistons are going to get the basketball. You're down 4. So you need a quick basket, and then you got to play defense and hope Brooklyn misses their next possession. Did not expect this. Kind of insane right now. Brooklyn 107, Pistons 103. Yes, this is a real score right now. Don't adjust your brightness on the screen or your remote or wherever channel you're watching on. 107, 103. Pistons are looking to avoid their first 3-game losing streak this season. Nets 107, Pistons 103. Pistons have 1 timeout left, under a minute left to play in the fourth quarter. It's going to be Pistons basketball. You got Duren, Tobias, Jenkins, and Javonte Green out there with Duncan Robinson. Javonte Green finds Duncan Robinson on the right wing against Williams. Duncan goes inside here, draws the foul, and Duncan's going to go to the free throw line. Duncan Robinson's going to go to the free throw line, try and give the Pistons a 2-point deficit here. There's 49 seconds left in the game. That was a good take from Duncan Robinson. He drew the defense in. He draws the foul. He's going to make these free throws now. Duncan Robinson, first free throw on the way, is up and in. 107-104. MPJ comes back into the game for the Brooklyn Nets. Nets with 2 timeouts left. Pistons have 1 timeout left. Duncan at the free throw line. Duncan Robinson, free throw on the way, is up and in. It's a 2-point basketball game. Nets are on a 10-game losing streak, by the way. 49 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Wolf inbounds here. And the Nets are looking to score here on this possession. Nets with the basketball at the top of the key here. Sharp has it, looking for his teammate. Sharp finds Williams, bothered by Duncan. It's going to be an offensive foul called against the Nets, and the Pistons are going to get the basketball back. Or are they going to call a timeout on the Nets? I'm sorry. The Nets call a timeout. The ref looked like it was the opposite direction, but he was pointing to the bench for the timeout. My fault. My fault, guys. My bad. It's Brooklyn Nets basketball. Misfire. It is still Brooklyn Nets basketball. 107-105. We're going to another timeout commercial break. This is a huge possession here for the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, from the look of it, it looked like the ref was signaling an offensive foul, but he was just pointing to the bench for a timeout. MPJ has 30 points, 13 rebounds, and an assist. That is a crazy turn of events in the last half hour. Pistons were up 23 in the third quarter. Nets come all the way back. You had Zaire Williams make some huge threes for the Brooklyn Nets there. And the Pistons are now in jeopardy of losing this game. There's 34 seconds left in the game. And there's about a 20-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. So if you're the Pistons, you absolutely have to have a stop right now. And then you're looking at basically, hopefully, a response. Not much time left, though. Back from commercial break. Here we go, folks. Brooklyn 107, Pistons 105. Nets with the basketball. Sharp has it at the top of the key against Jalen Duren. Looking for the open man here. Gives it off to Danny Wolf, fighting off Duncan Robinson. 2 seconds on the shot clock. It's going to be Nets basketball. There's 0.2 of a second, though, left on the shot clock. So I don't even know if the Nets can get a shot off here. There's literally less than half a second on the shot clock for the Nets. And the shot clock is now officially turned off. MPJ has to fire off a prayer. It's off the mark, and the Pistons are going to get the basketball back here. There is officially 1 second between the game clock and the shot clock. So the Pistons take their final timeout of the game here. It's going to be Pistons basketball in their possession. There's 25 seconds left on the game clock, 24 seconds on the shot clock. So the Pistons have to score here or the game's over. Like the live stream, guys. Subscribe if you guys are new. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. I'm your host, Carson. We do Pistons play-by-play reaction, live play-by-play stream. So if you guys are new to the show, like the live stream, subscribe. Again, shout out to all the Brooklyn Nets fans, though, tuning in. We appreciate the opposing team's fan base as well. This is a crazy game. This went from, like, chill vibe, hang out, call the game casually, to the fourth quarter happens to like, oh snap, the Nets came back and they're really doing this. Like, I did not expect that at all. So JB Bickerstaff is in a timeout right now for the Pistons. He's drawing up a play on the sidelines, and Pistons have to score here. And here's the thing. Even if they do score, the Nets are probably going to get a chance back because they still have one timeout left. Must score position for the Pistons on this possession. Brooklyn Nets 107, Pistons 105. 25 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Who does JB Bickerstaff go to here? On the floor is Duren, Harris, Jenkins, Kevin Huerter, and Duncan Robinson. Pistons looking to inbound here. Kevin Huerter out of bounds against the Brooklyn Nets. This is a big possession. Here we go, folks. Kevin Huerter looking for the inbound man here. Huerter inside to Duncan Robinson against Zaire Williamson. Robinson has it. Outside to Kevin Huerter. 20 seconds on the game clock. Gives off to Jenkins. One-on-one against Williams. Drives to the paint. Inside here. Jenkins turnaround jump shot is off the mark. Nets grab the rebound. And the Nets are probably going to win this game. Unbelievable. Pistons have to foul here. And the Nets are going to go to the free throw line. The Nets take their final timeout of the game. And right now, you're the Pistons. You're going to play the free throw game, and you got to hope that they miss one of these two free throws. And the problem is even if they do, the Nets are probably going to foul you to not even get a shot off from a three-point line. Unbelievable collapse from this Pistons team in this game. They were up 23 points. Credit to the Brooklyn Nets, and they just exploded out of nowhere in the second half. Unbelievable collapse. Wow. I thought we had this game in the bag. I wasn't going to say it. I've always said you can't take any team for granted in the NBA, but when you're up 23 points with like 7 minutes left in the third quarter, I was on cruise control. I'm like, all right, let's head in tomorrow night with Miami on the line, and let's get back on the winning streak. No, you're now down 2 with 10 seconds left. The Nets have the ball. They're going to go to the free throw line, basically. And the Pistons, they're not looking good right now. Oh, my goodness, man. No Cade, no Asar, but that's not an excuse. Crazy, man. Shout out to Brooklyn. So, the Nets are going to get the basketball back here. Pistons have to immediately foul, obviously. On the floor, you got Duren, Holland, Harris, Jenkins, and Green. So, here comes the inbound pass from the Nets. Backdoor find to Clowney. Clowney loses it off of his leg. The Nets had a clear path to the basket. Clowney caught it, and it goes off of his leg. It is Pistons basketball now with 7 seconds left in the game. Nets 107, Pistons 105. It is Pistons basketball. There is still life. Clowney lost the ball. Back the other way. Tobias has to inbound here, and the Pistons have a chance. 7 seconds left in regulation. Brooklyn 107, Pistons 105. Jenkins has it, working against Terrence Mann on the left wing here. Off to Duncan Robinson for 3. It's off the mark. Duren has to put up a shot to tie it. It's off the mark, and the Pistons lose. Duncan Robinson got a clean look on the corner for 3. It was off the mark. JD grabbed the board, and he misses the putback shot, and the Nets, down 23 points, win this game. Unfreaking believable. Brooklyn Nets are going to win this game. The Pistons fall 3 straight. They got Miami tomorrow night, and credit to the Brooklyn Nets. That is unbelievable. Wow. Pistons fall 107-105. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. Rough loss for the Pistons. I will see you guys all tomorrow night against the Miami Heat. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Love you all. God bless. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Adios, amigo.